check out some of his other work. And I think he's pioneering this field where he lets women with their vaginas, no attachments, just their vaginas, hump his butt. And he's claiming they're having orgasms from humping his butt with their vaginas. And I was just like, I got to stop watching porn. I was like, I'm not. And again, I'm not just trying to like be the man. I didn't fap to it. I tried to see if I could get into it. I gave it a good go. I mean, I could actually. I could feel, feeling that.
I can get into that.
That turkey shit or whatever on the front of them just kind of hit your butt crack. That could be kind of nice.
No, that would feel good.
But I was just like, this isn't my cup of tea. It's not really, But I will say, I was like, I got it. Let me just stop.
Yeah.
Let me just figure out something.
Let me take a step back.
Because I'm just trying to fall asleep. So it's like, there's a huge chance I know I can fall asleep without watching porn.
Yeah.
But it's, again, when I've been caffeinated. When I get that like nighttime caffeine jitters, it's for sure, it's the parachute.
It's time to jizz.
It's time to just,
I
can go right to bed or I can lay in bed and freak out for an hour. It's like, so. But I think I'm going to try it just as a personal experiment again. Not charged with any sort of like, hysterical morality or anything like that.
You're just going to not jack off.
I'm going to jack off, but I'm going to try to not watch
use porn.
Memory, texture. I could just kind of like rub the wet shower tile and be like, this is wet. Just try to get into other stuff.
Yeah. Other stuff. Well, that
it is nice seeing your limits just finally breaking.
I think that's where I would say that's weirder than watching porn. If you're jacking off the texture, that's when I would say, why don't you crack open some porn?
I'm gonna try. I told you this is the 7th. I started on the hallowed day yesterday.
You started yesterday? Nice.
I started on the hallowed day.
That's all right. It's good.
I'm not going to watch porn until the guy with like the horned helmet gets out of jail.
I think he's out.
Is he really?
The January 6th,
did get out. Yeah, he walked out because they showed the video of like nobody
people
really
letting
giving
him
a
in.
fuck. Yeah.
Of the 27 FBI agents going, follow me.
I know. I'll lead the way. Yeah, man. I hope we're on the cusp of like potentially not having everything suck everywhere. It's like,
maybe if we can just get Greenland.
Who's Greenland?
If we just need with the island.
Greenland. What about them?
We're thinking about buying them.
What?
Trump Dog's back, and he also said we're going to name
Canada.
it the Gulf of America.
I heard that.
Gulf of America, we're maybe getting Canada. We're going to get Greenland.
And the Panama Canal. I heard we're getting the Panama
Canal has been ours.
That's ours.
Yeah.
That's sick. Because, the guy was like, no way I'm giving it up. And Trump did a thing where it's just an American flag and said, this is the American canal.
It is the American canal.
Yeah.
But he is expanding at a alarming rate.
I do true.
It's crazy.
It is funny. Stop calling him Hitler and I can see the map. Or, they do the Hitler map when like the countries light up.
First, yeah. Every time Hitler took like combined countries like Austria, Czechoslovakia, all that, he's like, they want to be German. They're all German. Yeah. They want to be German.
It is funny. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's like, fine. Maybe it's one of those things where it's like, you want Hitler? I'll give you Hitler. Not all the way.
Except at least he's being a good Hitler. He's just paying for stuff. He's buying the land. He's not taking it. He's being a good Hitler.
He is.
I don't mind buying Greenland.
I don't mind buying Greenland. And dude, why don't we merge with Canada? But then if you think about it, there's no liberal escape. Dude. There's no liberal escape.
They're too proud to join us, even though they're in a failing country.
Bro, they have to. How powerful?
They rely entirely on us.
We can just be America. Like,
according to Trump, that's what I heard.
Dude, if we merge, I know the tariff. I heard about the tariffs, dude. They're just
Lemaire, remember, there hasn't been a tariff in 200 years. That's what he told me during his incredibly dumb political takes. We need war. We need war with Russia. We need to get rid of their culture and tariffs. There hasn't been a single tariff in 200 years.
We need to be. I think we should be friends.
I Googled it. I was like, there was a tariff in September or in November.
We should joining up with Canada and just or Canada and Mexico and going, we are America.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, then we can court South America and be like, guys, let's for real join up. Get Russia. Dude, we need Russia on our side.
Yeah.
Unite Western Christianity and Eastern Christianity. What are we doing? It's fucking bullshit. Yeah. It's such bullshit.
I don't know if we want to take on all of Mexico and Central America, though.
Mexico's a rising superpower.
I remember.
Mexico.
They're not.
I think they are.
I've looked into it. They're struggling, dude.
I don't know. They got the population, though, man.
Yeah.
Although we can, if we're just in time to replace people with robot for war. Yeah. So that could be good. I don't know, dude. They could get after it, man.
I'm sure they could get after it. They just had some. They're not really doing that good. I think they had an election where every candidate got assassinated.
What?
Yeah. No, that was Mexico.
Well, they have the Passiones there.
They do have the Passion. They want libertad.
Damn. I mean, they're so wrapped up in the cartels.
Yeah.
I've said this forever. If America would declare war on the Mexican cartels, we could obliterate them so fast, in my opinion.
There's literally a Wikipedia page, list of politicians killed during the 2024 elections.
No, it's that bad.
Yeah. Bro.
I mean, they're in their fucking Cali. That's the Cali Yuga cycle. They're about to be fucking good as hell.
It's crazy.
What? That's all in 2024?
Yep. They're not doing great.
You're at 8 swipes.
Yeah, it was a lot of swipes.
That was a deep
Ocho
list.
swipos.
Damn, that many people all, I guess, shot, bombed, stabbed.
Yeah, they're not.
Okay. Well, look. Wherever there's like great conflict, that means there is promise.
I mean, you can go through and read.
Somebody wants it pretty badly. It can't be that bad if everyone's killing people.
This guy was reported missing.
Ooh.
He was found with bullet wounds.
Oh, fuck.
Fatally shot outside his residence. One of 6 people shot. Fatally shot in the gym. He was at the gym, dude. He was getting his grind.
That's off limits, bro.
This guy got shot on his motorcycle. Although these guys are all getting killed doing cool shit.
Yeah, this is kind of nuts.
These are the coolest presidential candidates.
Catching a pump.
This guy was driving. Trans woman, an activist who was a candidate. She was shot by armed assailants while working at a clothing store. Trans woman, damn, they had a couple trans trying to rise up, who was shot by armed assailants while riding a Didi taxi.
What?
Didi taxi, a Chinese vehicle. I don't know what the fuck that is, but yeah, you can look at.
Damn, I didn't know it was that bad.
Exiting a laundromat.
I'm fitting to go to Mexico pretty soon. I got to go for a wedding.
Romero and his brother were shot.
Shit.
Shot at point blank range. Gunshot. Yeah, they're usually just shooting.
They're just getting lit up.
Yeah.
That's disheartening.
So far, everybody was shot. His wife and son were found wounded in the same. Yeah, these are all really, really
How
bad.
the fuck do you even like rise? I guess you just got to be about it, dude. If you want to do politics in Mexico,
Yeah, you do.
you got to be just ready to roll.
Yeah, if you join the military or the police, you have to wear like a balaclava the whole time.
Do you really?
Yeah,
that makes
if
sense.
somebody
Yeah.
finds out who you are, they'll just go kill your family.
That's true.
It's a really,
No, that's why, and also in Philly, you can't live, if you're a cop, you can't live in your district, because for that same reason, if they see
Mr. Disrespectful will find
Mr.
him.
Disrespectful,
And he'll be very mean.
Yeah.
He'll be the Grinch. He would Grinch up on Christmas.
Yeah, true. That'd be terrible.
But yeah, Mexico, don't get me wrong. I believe in them. I think they could do great things. But right now,
That's tough.
do we
I didn't know it
need
was
that?
that
Do we need
violent.
to bring in,
I knew it wasn't great, but I didn't. That's
yeah.
obscene.
Your boy resigned, bro. Trudeau.
Trudeau, I heard about that. It's not my fucking
That's your
boyfriend. Let me
boy.
hold on. Let me
Dude,
clear the
you've
record.
always loved
What are you
Trudeau.
talking about? What are you saying?
Yeah.
I've been fascinated by the man, but he's not my boy by any stretch of the imagination.
That's your boy, dude.
You had family that lived in Canada. I have no ties to Canada. I have
dude,
no
don't
ties
you
to Canada. That's your boy. That's your boy.
No, I've gone on the record in Canada talking shit
True.
on him. That's your boy, dude.
Yeah, you had to clear the air though, because it
I
was
had
your
to clear
boy.
the air. I had to disavow.
People know, bro.
Bro.
They
how
know I don't fuck with
dare
China,
you.
though, bro.
How fucking dare you?
started.
My family in Nova Scotia. How dare you? My grandpa went out Saskatchewan way. How dare you?
That is pretty tight.
Yeah.
What was he, an old fur trader?
I don't know what the fuck he was
How
doing.
the hell did he get up in
I don't
Saskatchewan?
know what happened.
Saskatchewan.
I don't know anything about him.
That's pretty tight, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I didn't know this until this year. Apparently, like, there's only like 100,000 people, or not that little, but
Yeah.
there's like not a lot of people in Canada altogether. It's like a shocking.
Toronto's fucking huge, though.
Really?
Toronto's gigantic.
Dude, I'm telling you, look up how many people live in the entire. How many people do you think live in all of Canada?
I bet 58 million.
58 million. What is it?
40 million.
All of Canada, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's not that many.
And all of them live in.
That's
all
what
of
I'm
them live
saying.
in Toronto.
Yeah, there's cities and shit. But yeah, dude, isn't that crazy? There's not a lot of people there.
No one's up north.
Come on down, dude. Join the
Join
fucking
the- yeah,
club,
join
bro.
the
It's
fun.
not even that many. You guys don't even. There's not even that many people.
Trump Dog's just trying to get his hands on the resources.
Yeah, true.
He says, come on, give us Canada, give us Denmark.
Yeah. I mean, what would that... Oh, he's saying we're not going to like protect you and do all this shit for free.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it is. I think their economy relies entirely on the United States.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Oh, they have oil though. They only have they have oil.
They have some oil. They got some oil, but I'm sure Trudeau's been like, no, this is actually belongs to the Winnipesaukee tribe. We can't drill.
I think he's fucking lighting it up and cashing checks too. I think that a lot of that's such fucking bullshit in terms of them like, I'm deeply moved. It's like, dude, you're a psycho at the head of a country.
When's the last time we added a fucking state? When was Hawaii and Alaska?
That was a while ago.
Greenland's
going to be nice.
Greenland will be nice.
That's going to be chill.
Yeah.
And if we get that, what is...
Oh, it's probably just one payment to Ukraine. We can just go, also give us Denmark.
Yeah.
Or Greenland.
Damn. That'd be kind of tight.
1959?
What? That was when we got our hands on
Puerto Rico or Guam or some shit? 59? God damn, I would have never guessed that. Yeah.
The hell, what was up with Alaska before that? Was it just like weirdos up there?
Territories.
Yeah, so it was just like weird dudes chilling.
Yeah, I mean, they're still holding it down like that.
True.
It's definitely just weird dudes chilling.
I always get so weirded when I find out people are from Alaska.
Yeah.
I'm always kind of like, what?
I do too. I just met someone that was like, yeah, I'm from Alaska. I was like,
yeah.
Ew. What the fuck were you doing up there, you fucking dumbass?
The fuck
Get out of there.
It's pretty nuts, man. I know you can live for cheap, I guess. Obviously.
I bet it's sick. I bet Alaska rules.
Although, dude, when you hit that like 4 months darkness shit, and then when it's light for like 2 days, that's like, man, get the fuck out of here. You're not supposed to live like that.
Yeah.
The what? There's no ladies? It's all sausage party?
Yeah, it's mostly dudes.
What? I mean, it obviously makes sense. It's not really a girlfriend paradise. Although they do have those pretty lights. Your girl could put on the Elsa dress and just be like, yeah, it's I would like to see Alaska actually at one point.
They have a club up there that everyone always talks about going to.
Who?
Every comedian, all the old guys are like, gotta get up there.
Gotta get to Alaska.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Ralphie May broke the bed there. You gotta stay in the condo up there. I hope they fixed it.
I get kind of sad in comedy condos a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like too legendary. It's like so fucking legendary. I'm like, not really. It fucking sucks. I do like cooking for myself though, man. I like having a kitchen at my disposal. I've been a grilling fool lately.
Really?
I grilled last night. It was freezing.
What'd you grill up?
Skirt steak.
No, skirt
Steak and some little sweet potatoes, dude. Dude.
Sweet potatoes are such a nice treat.
I mean, dude.
I had some sweet potatoes from Sweet Green last night.
Did you really?
And let me tell you, they fucked my ass.
They didn't.
I've never been fucked like this.
What do they do?
I opened the container. There might have been the total of one sweet potato.
Stop, dude.
I've never seen anything like it.
That would piss me. Why you get crushed?
It was crazy. It was
I never have Sweet Green fuck up my order.
Sweet Green.
Yours get fucked up. That's crazy.
Dude, remember we were in Philly? I got a Sweet Green. They gave me just lettuce.
Yeah, dude.
I got a buffalo chicken salad. They didn't include the chicken.
I've never had an issue.
It was just a bowl of carrots. It's crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I've never had them fuck my stuff up. Although when restaurants don't cook their sweet potatoes enough, nothing chaps my ass.
It's bad sweet potato.
Bite into a heart. Is that what it is?
No, what I'm saying, when it's like raw like that.
It's like, dude,
come on, man.
What am I, a fucking horse, dude?
Yeah.
Cook this fucking. I chomped on some hard sweet potatoes today, and I was none too pleased.
Yeah.
Shit pisses me the fuck off.
What are you gonna do in Greenland when you get up there?
Well, to my knowledge, Greenland's actually very icy. Isn't that true?
Yeah.
Isn't that true?
It is.
I mean, dude, right now, I'm telling you, I'm all spun out on caffeine to the point where
that shit's melting though. We're gonna get it.
It's melting?
Oh yeah, Greenland's sick.
Oh, we're right in time for global warming, if that's the thing.
It seems real, dude.
I mean, yeah, I truly have no idea.
I didn't think global warming was gonna be that fast.
Is it getting
the whole
faster?
time I was like, this is bullshit, dude. It's like 80 degrees in December in Philly. I was just for like a week. It was hot.
I forgot. Yeah,
I was like, damn, it's here.
Yeah, because I would weather brag to my mom, be like, we're having 75. Warming, She's like, it's like 67 here, and I'm like,
it was so hot.
Really?
It was crazy.
Shit. Yeah, I truly have no idea. I do enjoy those warm days. I do get the thing about the ice caps melting. I have heard people say like, then you just move up. That's like what the North Pole's for. The Earth gets hot and cold. And when it gets, we're going to hit like another like lush global warming period, and you're all supposed to just migrate way north.
It's a perfect time to buy a house in Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
At least it'll be 150 degrees for 7 months.
I kind of fuck with the heat though, dude. I don't
mind it. Yeah.
I love it.
No,
man.
I haven't been here for a summer.
I did this. This was a mild summer. This was a mild summer. But what I like to do is like, I get out in the morning, 9, 10, when it's not like the fever pitch of the heat.
Yeah.
And I run. And just by the time I'm done, it's so hot, and I fucking love that.
That's nice.
I like to sweat. And I like to just
sweating does rule.
Push myself to my limits, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy I have type 2 diabetes after everything.
I don't think you do. I think
I'm on the doorstep. I'm knocking on the doorstep.
You're gonna be all right.
I think it had to have been like a fucking false positive.
You probably, yeah.
Because it's like, how?
You probably had like a cookie or something right before you got tested.
I did eat a pancake. You're not supposed to eat a pancake. But no, the A1.
I knew it.
I was gobbling a pancake, and I heard Brittany from upstairs like, "You better not be eating. We're supposed to fast." And I was like,
"Don't fuck up."
I had 2 bites.
I had a fucking pancake with a bunch of syrup. It's not a big deal.
I know. But I mean, it was whatever, man. I'm kind of pumped that I've been like, it's weird when you stop eating. I mean, you've done it before when you do like keto. You get like so sluggish, and I was like that for like 2 weeks, and then my energy reserves just kicked on like today.
That sluggishness blows. Do you remember last year when we did the carnivore diet and tried to do stand up at night,
bro?
You just show up, just like,
dude. I did
just blow.
I did stand up on the spot.
Diarrhea all day.
Yeah, dude. I did stand up on the spot, like full keto.
Yeah,
no carbs in my brain, and I like just stood out there, and people were yelling stuff, and I was just like, I like couldn't think. I was like, dude, this is crazy.
Yeah.
But
that's a hangover show. That's what that feeling is.
Yeah.
I don't know how often you've experienced that, but I've had a couple of those.
Hangover shows? I don't think I've ever had a bad hangover and did stand up, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, to be so hungover, you're hungover the next night.
Yeah, true. That sucks.
That LA show was the worst. That was the...
Which one? Oh, God.
Fucking crypto. Yeah.
You were up till...
I was up till fucking 7 a.m.
Oh.
Post Malone, dude. He got me.
Yeah, that fucking...
He got me.
That schedule's nuts, man.
It was terrible. I woke up while the car was waiting for me at the hotel to go to the show. That's like, I woke up at like 4. And they're like, yeah, the car's here. I was like, holy shit.
Oh.
It's like the hangover will go away when I do stand-up. The adrenaline, it just never went away. I was just standing in front of 20,000 people like, and then Donald Trump, huh? He's crazy. You know what's unique about me? I actually like him. Remember when that was a unique take in stand-up comedy? Not anymore. It's not unique anymore.
He's actually kind of cool.
He's actually kind of cool. I think he's actually funny. Where have I heard that? Oh, yeah, every comedian?
I know. It was for real. Like, you couldn't say that 5 years ago. Not even like you're going to get in trouble, but people would be like, it would like.
In New York, I was the only one doing it. It was literally me and like Sam J.
Yeah.
We're the only ones.
He's kind of funny. And it would unsettle the room.
It was very fun.
Dang.
I know. Now that I'm down here at the mothership, I'm going to have to be a fucking lib.
Gotta go hard lib.
I'm going to go hard lib.
Yeah, that's the move.
I'm going to go hard lib to those crowds, those Texas crowds. Be like, you know being a Republican's fucking gay too?
Yeah, dude.
You know that's also gay as shit?
I'm telling you, I'm still kind of like, I was definitely taken aback by the big split on the H-1Bs. I was like, it just turned into just like, devolved into just like bickering. And I was like, dude, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, you finally... You guys won, and now it's going to be like, you think you can forget about me? You'll never forget. We've won it. It's like, dude, shut up, dude.
True.
Let's get the junk food out. Let's destroy the Red 40 and all that bullshit. And
buy Greenland.
Buy Greenland. Stop poisoning ourselves with food. And then in the meantime, fucking do some coding, whatever the fuck you got to do.
That is sick. The one thing I try to do is whenever there's like a political issue, just imagine that if the other side did it. You know what I mean? Like if right now, if they were like, Joe Biden's trying to buy Greenland, how would you react? You'd be like, what the fuck? He doesn't know shit. Greenland sucks. I don't want Greenland. And then it's like, Trump's buying Greenland. You're like, that's actually a smart move.
I know.
It's actually sick.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, it's like I can't put myself in it because I'm like in my head. I'm like, no, I would be like, that's cool. But yeah, would I? Would I be like,
no? If Biden wanted to buy Greenland, I'd be like,
yeah,
fire it up, Joe.
I'm all about just like buying more territory for the United States. Like, yeah, who says?
Yeah, we need more.
I really want Canada. Now that that's on my
Canada
radar,
could be ours.
It kind of is, dude. You know what I'm saying?
And they
Canada
are.
is like a
they
trust
do
fund
like having.
kid.
They like having a daddy. They've had England for so long. They still love the Queen.
That's what I'm saying.
Join the resistance, bro.
Canada is a trust fund kid that we were now being like, we're going to cut you out of the will if you guys don't stop fucking around. They're like, no, we're actually on the verge of something really cool and unique. It's like, yeah. Fucking come on. Give us your oil. Grow up. Your fucking oil. It's over. You guys aren't doing anything cool. No, we have like a hybrid parliament. It's like, yeah.
You guys can't win a Stanley Cup. You're ours. They have 2 more seasons to win a Stanley Cup, and then they have to come to America.
Yeah, true. They're not winning Stanley Cups.
No one is.
That's humiliating.
Yeah,
dude.
the Montreal Canadiens, the Maple Leafs, I think the
They
Oilers.
actually care about hockey.
Edmonton Oilers were just in the finals.
Really?
I think they came back from 3-0 against the Florida Panthers. They always lose to the fucking Florida Panthers, dude. The one place where no one on earth cares about hockey. No one gives a fuck, dude.
That's crazy. I can't. Yeah. I just assumed they won most of the stuff.
No, I mean it is Canadians winning for the Florida Panthers.
True,
but
yeah, they're like I get it. They're like Ronaldo on Qatar, basically in America. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I guess, they get paid in real money, not like fucking...
Yeah, they get paid real money, not that fucking...
francs or whatever bullshit.
Plastic, whatever bullshit that is.
Their wages won't get frozen on some motherfucking bullshit.
True.
Trudeau stepping down is good. This is like kind of nice.
Shit's going well.
It's got this... I heard from a good source that... It was Spud, obviously, but he was like...
It was Andrew Purcell.
It was Andrew Purcell. He was... I was so jammed up yesterday, dude.
No, Andrew Purcell is great.
So caffeinated, hitting people first and last names. Like, I don't know why I keep doing that.
Full names is crazy.
Full names is so nice.
So crazy. Literally.
I mean, dude, you gotta get... I'm a businessman. You gotta get...
I understand.
I'm brokering a big deal right now for the Patreon. I told you about it. An unnamed artist sent me a comic strip about Garfield transing into a street walking prostitute.
And that is good.
I told him, I was like, create some more. I'll put it on the Patreon, bro. So I got my hand in a lot of stuff right
You're
now.
working.
I'm working, dude.
You're in ideas, man.
None of them are really panning out right now.
They will.
2025, the shoe's going to drop. All my ideas are going to start dropping. One of them might work. And if they don't, I'm happy.
So be it. You get more ideas.
I love the ride. Yeah. More ideas. Tap in. More IP. You know, we're in the marketplace of ideas now.
How many times did Edison fail trying to create the light bulb? Come on.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
You're going to get the light bulb.
How many times did Tesla fail, dude?
He failed all the way.
He died. He died of
utter failure. So there's also that. But yeah, that's what we do, though. That's an idea.
Hot takes and farts, dude.
That's an idea. Lemaire, I feel like you've probably got some good plans cooking.
Yeah, what do you got going on?
I'd like to hear what
you're moving out, aren't you?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's, I got to tell you, that's going to be so weird when your surroundings change. It's going to be jarring.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like aesthetically, you're going to get thrown into a totally different aesthetic environment.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna walk into walls.
The what?
I'm gonna walk into walls.
It's going to be good for you, dude.
Hitting the wall?
No, just kind of like getting into a place that's like, just like I remember when I moved when I was in Philly, I'd move from like one apartment to the other, and like I would just get jarred by like it would like this place fucking sucks.
Yeah.
But that's going to be good for you, like your interior.
Yeah.
Then you're going to have to bolster your spirit.
Yeah. My spirit's bolstered.
That's good.
What type of plans? What are you cooking up for 2025?
Just some shows. Just the road. Trying to do that more. That's pretty much it.
You have no big business plans?
No.
Really?
No, you don't have any ideas?
I don't want a businessman.
I
don't
told
want
you
to be a businessman.
Well, yeah, look, I'll cut you in on a thing I have going on right now. I still want to do this. Playing cards.
Yes.
How good of an idea is that?
It's a pretty good idea.
1 to 10 is just progressively hotter babes. Throwing just people from, we could do people like us basically as like jacks, kings, figure out that whole thing, and then do pedophile instead of Joker. How good, instead of slapjack, you could have like 6 pedophiles in the deck. You play a pedophile hunter game. When the pedophile comes, you got to smack it. But if you smack if you think it's the pedophile, you end up smacking like a 7 or 3.
Yeah.
There's like, you get like points deducted. That'd be fun.
You could smack a 3 up until like a 5.
You could smack a 3.
Yeah. Everyone kind of gets mad. You smack a 10, you're out.
You just have to, you'd have to go take money. You could involve Monopoly money somehow.
Actually, 10s you should be able to hit.
True.
1, 2, 3 you can hit.
Well,
You
I would
leave
have
the beautiful babes.
I'd have a
alone.
money component. You'd have like a banker and Monopoly money. If you had enough money, you could hit a woman. You'd have to have.
And you
like,
can cover up the pedophile if you have enough money.
you could cover up the pedophile.
Or if he's a good enough defensive coordinator, you can go, hey, we've won one title in 60 years. Come on, man. Joe Pop built a library. You can cover up something. He did so much for the university. He built one library.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. The pedophile hunter card game. It's $1 million idea, and I want to cut you in, Lemaire.
What if you draw the Joker?
What you talking about?
Like, what if you like when you draw the Joker, you get in your
Then
hand?
you are the pedophile. You have to be the secret pedophile.
Oh,
throughout
I was
the
thinking
whole-
about that too, like a bullshit game.
secret pedophile. You have to be the pedophile the whole game.
Yep, and try to get your and got to
Try
get
to
out.
collect all the
Yeah, and try to. You have to
You
just
have to
rise
become
the
friends
top.
with whoever has the ace.
Yep,
You go, you and me are boys, dude. You got to help me.
true. If the pedophile hand gets the ace, that means you're basically Epstein at that point.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
that is fun.
Damn, that'd be nice. Epstein's Island,
But then
like,
we just do 1 through 10 is just ages, not a rating. Those are 1-year-olds, 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, and you got to try to collect all the kids if you have the secret pedophile card.
because the cards are double sided, so you'd have like ladies and then kids on the other side,
Yeah.
depending. You see how you're holding your cards. Like, I think that's the
Well,
pedophile.
yeah, it depends. If you're the pedophile, you see them as babes.
Yeah, true.
But everyone else sees them as children.
Telling you, it's got to be a pet, or like a Magic the Gathering kind of thing. That'd be kind of sick.
Yeah.
I don't know how to play those games, but it'd be nice to have like something like that going on with like pedophiles. Yeah, but yeah, you have like different just characters and that'd be pretty fun.
Yeah, one's called Uncle.
No, there's a guy that does that.
Who?
He's very funny. It's on Instagram. I probably have sent you those. He does. It's like divorced dad packs.
Oh, that's sick.
He's like, we're gonna do an opening. And he's like, we're looking for holographic house. And yeah, it's great. Pulls
kinda
like
sick.
alimony, and it's like a goblin woman like like begging. It's really really good.
I'll back off that front.
Yeah,
Sorry,
but
take it.
you're just playing cards.
Playing cards straight up.
Yeah.
52. Is that how many it is?
Yeah.
52.
What type of pedophiles are we talking here? Who are the great?
That was the discussion. Would it be Sandusky?
Sandusky, Epstein.
Yeah. Sandusky, Epstein, Spaceman.
Space? I don't think the cadet's one of the fucking all times. He's not one of the all time. Pope. A couple popes are in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Who was it? Benedict? Who was the guy that showed up and retired?
I don't know, but throw him in there.
I don't know if he's actually, but he was. Yeah, he's one of the all time greats.
You could throw in a couple. You can throw in a couple of my teachers.
Jared from Subway.
Jared would be. He's up there.
Does R. Kelly barely counts.
He's an ephebophile.
Yeah.
R. Kelly's more of an ephebophile, but I mean,
Who's that British guy that was?
oh, the guy
Yeah.
who owns Hollister, he's up there, bro.
No, I was talking about the other. What's his name? Savile. Yeah, he was
Oh.
like an all time.
Nickelodeon, dude, the Pickle Man.
That guy was fucking.
Yeah, Dan
nuts.
Steve Snyder in there. Yeah, I mean, you could have a serious deck, and I would,
But then the aces have to be just whoever covered up. So there's a Joe Pa card. You could get Catholic priest as one of the jokers, and then the Pope could be the guy. Yeah. And you have to try to pair. You have to trade cards until your ace matches your joker.
That's good. You get it. Yeah, if you get to free your pedophile, and if you get discovered with the pedophile, you
You get your ass beat by everyone else.
You can't.
Everyone else gets to fight you.
Beats your ass. You could make a fun drinking game out of that, where it's like you got to get like you're under chemical control.
Oh, Michael Jackson.
Oh,
I know it's
yeah.
alleged. I know it's alleged.
Yeah, it'd be nice. You could put Michael Jackson ?
Yeah.
That would be fun, dude. The pedophile hunter card game would be nice.
The producer of the Backstreet Boys, that guy, the guy who made Backstreet Boys
Yeah.
and Sync, that
Guy was
guy's
a
a prolific
pedophile?
pedophile. Lou Pearl or something.
Imagine though for a second. Just look, total imagination. You're a pedophile. And you obviously you love kids, but imagine you take a group of hot boys and transform them into global stars.
You're using your power for good at that point.
That's what I'm saying. You got the eye. You're going like, these kids are hot as fuck.
Trust
dude.
me, I know these kids are hot. That's so crazy. I have the same sexual taste as teenage girls. I mean, like, these girls are going to love these boys because I know I love them too.
Yeah, you go in your daughter's room, you see the posters, you're like,
I put you onto that. Called it.
check out these guys. She's like, oh my God, they're so fucking hot. I know.
Yeah, that's like the Menendez dad.
Who's
He
the
signed
Menendez?
the Menendez brothers that killed their dad.
Oh, yeah.
He
yeah.
signed like Menudo. That
Really?
was like, yeah.
That is a wild, the talent eye for like teens and like children's entertainment, man. If you're not a pedophile, you probably become a pedophile in that just to compete. You can't. How the fuck? You know
how
what
are you
I'm
gonna
saying?
compete with that?
Totally out of your depth.
Yeah.
You get guys who are really playing the game, and then you're out there like, I mean, I think that kid has some sort of appeal. It's like, bro.
Have we really talked about the Menendez brothers on it? I think
No, I don't think so.
just women. It bothers me immensely.
I don't really know anything
just like
about
anybody that's hot. They're like, and the Menendez brothers weren't hot. The guys who played them in the Netflix show were hot. So then the girls just saw that and were just like, they're actually innocent.
Well, women
and
are
like
attracted.
Luigi shot him, and everyone was like, he's awesome.
He was ripped.
Dude, think
Don't
if
even
fucking if I was when they caught the New Orleans driver, I was like, he better not be hot.
Oh God, yeah.
If
true.
he was hot, they'd be like, what?
Women love sadistic, like psychopath criminals.
How many women out there secretly think Hitler was the babe?
All of them.
And you gotta just keep that in.
You know how shameful that is?
Yeah, to want to fuck.
I mean,
Hitler.
I already knew this. I know when I'm making love to my wife, she's just pretending I'm
She's
Hitler.
thinking about Adolf.
She's just pretending I'm Hitler the whole time. I know it. I swallow my
You
pride.
can feel it.
I can tell, dude.
Oh, my fear. Yeah, what? What did you say?
I'm gonna fucking kill us both in this room right now. That is a hot take, dude. Nobody's talking about how much women secretly are attracted to Hitler.
They are. Saddam, young Saddam.
Shit.
Babe.
They love his fucking ass.
Young Stalin, actual babe.
Was he was a beautiful man?
Yeah, he was kind of hot.
Damn, that must be sick to be hot and acquire like real power and then just fucking kill everybody. you know how horny chicks would get for that?
Yeah.
They love that. I've been reading the Manosphere Glossary.
What are they up to?
Oh my God. That's right. There's a term for it. It's like something philia where they say like women are attracted to like psychopathic criminals. Dude, it's so fucking funny. This will be kind of nice, dude. I can hit you with something. Some of these terms are for real. There's one where it's called a Stargate. And this is more about, it's like black MGTOW, men who go their own way. There's a whole branch of black MGTOW who are also moving away from black culture. In order to do it, they need a Stargate, which is a white woman.
That's awesome.
Oh,
well, Mary,
dude.
you found a sweet little Stargate.
Let me see.
And you are going your own way. You said, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I've heard you make some comments.
I got a big tail.
Yeah, Stargate. Dude, a Stargate's the funniest fucking. The only way to escape is to get a Stargate, which is just a white girlfriend.
This word says hybristophilia.
Is that what that is?
Hybristophilia, yeah, that's when they're attracted to criminals.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, there's Alpha Widow is the funniest.
Alpha Widow is nice.
Alpha Widow, androphiles are males who pursue sexual relationships with other males but reject effeminacy. Yeah, let me say, I'll try to get, dude, it's A through Z of all the things. The dog pill refers to the idea that women would rather commit bestiality with male dogs and have sex with a man other than a Chad.
God damn. You're dog pilled. We got dog pilled a while ago, dude.
Dude, the Dread game's nice. Dread game
We got dog pilled. The whole squad got dog pilled. That was a tough one. That was going around the crew.
I know. Just a lady fucking a dog.
And everyone had to be like, yo, it's so weird.
Dude, Dread game's nice. Dread game's achieving greater emotional control over a relationship by threatening to end it publicly, violating its bounds.
Nice.
Yeah, it's so nice. Dude, the terms are so good.
Wait, what was it? Dread?
Huh?
What was the last one? Dread gaming?
Dread game, yeah.
So that's where you just in front of everyone, you tell your girlfriend, I'll fucking dump you.
I'll end this. I want a divorce.
I've had a couple brewskis and hit a dread game.
Dude, ethnicel. Ethnicel is a non-white person, usually male, whose inceldom is caused by their skin color, also called a black cell, curry cell, or rice cell.
Black cell.
When someone in the manosphere talks about cuckoldry, they often refer to specifically to white women cheating with black men. Oh my dude, it's so in depth. It's the funniest fucking thing in the world. Yeah. Oh, it's so good. What's a gamma? Oh, gammas are utterly needless category of men.
Fuck.
Gammas are either guys who do not play the game or ones who are very introspective and weird, depending on who you ask. It's so, dude, the Manosphere wiki is so nice.
You a gamma? Why? Why are you so down on yourself, dude? You have a Stargate.
No,
No, you're
true.
a
You have a
Sigma.
Stargate, bro.
Nah, I'm a gamma dude. I have no interest in playing the game.
You don't play games.
Nah, I like video games.
Bullshit, dude.
Are you
I've seen you be a
introspective,
little
though?
cutie to women.
No,
You
way.
try to play the game.
I don't play the games, dude.
Yeah, you go tee.
No.
Sean, can you help me out?
No
You
way.
play the game.
You're an undercover simp.
No way, dude. I think I simp out loud.
You simp. Yeah, it's very clear.
I'm
you're
a simp out louder guy.
Wrestling, you like the female wrestlers. You like female UFC fighters. You play with girl characters in video
Yeah, dude.
games.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, you were here. I met Michelle Waterson at the Karate Hottie. Yeah, I couldn't say a single word.
Really? Who's she?
She's a female UFC fighter, and we both just kind of looked at her and we're like,
Was she at what, at the
She's
club or
at
something?
the club,
She was
yeah.
at the club.
at the club at the Mamacita.
Here we go.
And
Lemaire, are you
Mamas.
familiar with SYS BM?
SYS.
Save yourself, black man.
No.
That's the black MGTOW. It's a phrase used within the African American sector of the manosphere. According to the blogger Babatunde Umanaha, it tells black men to save themselves from the pile of ashes and rubble that is currently called the black community,
Holy-
as well as malevolent black females responsible for putting the same community into the toilet.
Who wrote that?
I have no idea. Proponents advocate that thinking black men, quote unquote, that's what it says, quote unquote, thinking black men pursue non-black women of quality called stargates. They seek to build families and produce successful children.
They need Stargate.
The group refers to black women as scraggle-daggles and tells black men that
Hold on. What's that say?
Scraggle-daggles.
That's what they call black females? Scraggle daggles?
This is them. This is
Yeah, this is not-
This is the SYSBM movement. It says finding one that is feminine and submissive is like finding a needle in a haystack.
Oh, fuck.
Man.
Bro, the Manosphere glossary is so funny.
Man, can you send me that link?
Yeah, I'll say Scraggle-daggle's so funny.
Scraggle daggles, nuts.
That's crazy.
It's
They're just dudes.
fun
can't-
though when you hear a new slur.
It is. I mean, that's from Umande Umanaha, dude. That's from the Honorable Umande Umanaha talking about Stargate, dude. Just a bunch of black dudes on
He's
the Zoom.
aligned a lot with Charleston White. Isn't that his name? Charleston White? Yeah. He's like, you gotta beat the fuck out of black women. They don't know how to listen. It's just like, yeah, chill.
There, I watched Dr. Umar Johnson. Is his name Dr.
Yeah.
Umar? I watched him on Donald Rawlings' podcast. Donald Rawlings' podcast is kind of sick. He films it like a reality show. It's kind of funny. But he had Dr. Umar on, and like, dude, Donald Rawlings is with, I think, a white woman maybe or something. It's not. He's not with a black.
He's
woman.
got Stargate.
He has a Stargate. He's not practicing black love, but Umar is not having it, and Donnell's trying to pull like, we got to tell these black women to shut the fuck up, and he's like, my brother. Now look, they put up with a lot of bullshit, and then Umar made some actually pretty good points, but he like just cried. But it was so funny being like, yeah, but you got to tell him to shut the fuck up, man. Umar was not having
Wait
it.
till they date a white lady. You still gotta tell them to shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah,
You gotta go. Hey babe, could you do me a favor?
huge favor.
Right now your energy's at a little high. Let's lower it.
I'd like to dial it down in the shut the fuck
you
up
please?
territory.
No, I'm not gonna curse at you, but
Dropping a hard STFU is that'll like flatten the scape for
It's
a
an
couple
intense
days.
one.
Oh yeah.
and then you go as soon as it leaves your mouth, you go, whoa.
Shit. Try to suck.
I didn't mean to do that one. Yeah, I'd like to slurp that right back into my greedy little mouth.
That'll be like a 2-day silent treatment.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, and it's just
You shut the fuck up. It's crazy. But
I mean,
every once in a while they do need to shut the fuck
if
up.
it escapes, and every time a shut the fuck up escapes,
Yeah.
it has been charging up for maybe 7 months.
Yeah.
That is by the time it's like what comes out, it's just a tip of the iceberg. By the time you say shut the fuck up, oh man, it's the
God dog,
worst.
have you ever told a woman to shut the fuck up?
I'm sure I have, but I can't remember a specific
It's nasty
instance.
behavior.
Well, I regret it, but if I did do it,
It's
I
dude,
love my queens, but
there's
You love
nothing
your
worse.
queens.
I treat them with nothing but
worse than
respect.
just
but
getting into the
I'm a
fucking
passionate man.
psychological terror dome with a woman when you're trying to be like, no, this is what happened. And
Yeah.
they're like, well, actually, and then you're like, fuck, I don't remember. And you're like, motherfucker.
Yeah, maybe I did do that.
Sticking to my fucking guns.
Yeah, trust me. When you drink a lot,
Oh, yeah.
they have a lot of power over you.
Just got to stick
They
to
go,
it.
you don't even remember.
Yeah, you
You go,
do.
yeah, I fucking do. I wasn't even that bad. You go, yeah, you fucking yelled at me last night. You go,
Oh,
there's no way. Meanwhile, if there's footage, it'd be like, ah! Shut the fuck up. Yeah, when I'm sleepy, that's when I get a little rowdy.
Yeah.
Because ladies like to move around and walk around at night. They all do. I don't know what that is. They all wake up and eat, and they run around and scream at night. I get woken up very easily, and I go, "Hey, get back to bed."
They also, dude, if you're ever like
terrible time.
If you're home and your babe goes out, they come in at nighttime and they want to wake you up.
Mm-hmm.
So like fucking crush the
They wanna
lights.
throw their shoes
Are
off.
you asleep? And you're like, yes.
Yeah,
I'm
obviously.
trying to.
I wasn't out.
I'll fake
acting
sleep.
like a whore, probably.
Yeah.
I was asleep.
Nothing better than just icing, just Snow Whiting out on your wife and fake sleeping. Just,
Yeah.
you awake? No.
Yeah. Playing Xbox until you see the Uber pull up and you go,
fuck.
"Oh shit. Where were you? I've been asleep all day.
Oh, fuck. I was just
I was
so
worried
sleepy.
about you, but you had fun, so now I get to have fun sometimes.
Yeah, you got that little window on your phone of a lady getting doggy style. It's such a powerful move, dude. I used to fake sleep when I was a kid. I would do it all the time.
Yeah.
I remember people would come in. I'd be in a room and I was like,
I did it one time. Me and my friends were sleeping in a tent.
Oh, nice.
And I said, I'm going to get these motherfuckers. I know they're talking shit. Fake sleep. See how long I can fake sleep. See if they say anything nasty about me. Nope. No one said anything nasty. And I just fell asleep. I just fell right asleep. Yeah, I try to hit a fake sleep and just instantly pass out.
Dude, that was before, like, you never, like, call somebody and, like, they don't answer, but you get to, like, NSA them for a while. Damn, that's crazy you did that before the phone. Mm-hmm. I'll do that to anybody. If you pick up, I will fucking track you for
listening.
like 20 minutes and
Yeah.
just see what's going on. I got Billy. I was surveilling Billy the other day.
And then you got to stop yourself because they're like, oh, if they pick up the phone and realize there's been 20 minutes, you go, dude, have you just been listening to me talk?
Call like, what the hell? What, you can listen
You
to
can
me?
never really hear, though. That's the hard part.
Nah,
it's always in somebody's pocket.
I know. You never get anything good. It's just like,
I want something juicy out of that.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I got a couple voicemails one time on accident, but they didn't realize it. Just get that. Voicemail's nice because then you can just listen to the whole thing.
I got some wild ones that we were. Stop me if I already told you this. When we were filming Tires, there's a scene where I'm on the phone leaving a girl a voicemail.
Mm-hmm.
But John gave me his number to call, so it like you can see on the phone that I'm actually calling someone. Yeah. I typed in the wrong number. So for like 5 straight scenes, I was leaving a random number, like a 7-minute voicemail that was like, I don't really do cocaine. You're so fucking hot. Shut the fuck up, bitch. You're so awesome. But like, and then I was like, John, can you fucking decline the call so I don't have to stand here every time? And he was like, you haven't called me once. And I was like, holy shit, I've been leaving I love you voicemails to somebody.
Oh my God.
Hopefully they are 18 or above.
Oh.
Because I could be calling somebody's child, just be like, you bitch, I love you, fucking kill you.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Somebody's got a lot of voicemails that are like, I don't really do cocaine anymore. I love you. Come back to me.
Dude, the funniest ever. I think I might have talked about this before, but it made me laugh so hard when I knew this guy and he would like, he was just like grabbing a bunch of weed off me. And then something happened to him where then he got a new phone. Because he had like this burner phone forever. And then I didn't realize that like he like lost it. So then it became someone else's phone. And it was just his old black guy's phone. So I would just like text him like, are you good? Do you want it? And he'd call me back. He's like, why the hell's everyone calling? Who the hell's phone was this? Because there's people being like, you need any QPs? Like, who the hell was this? I'm like, oh my God, this guy's phone's been blowing up.
Damn.
For like it's like old man just got a Cricket mobile phone. Everyone's like, yo, you at the spot? Let me grab some shit. Who the hell?
That's awesome.
I was like, oh, sorry, sir. And it was so funny. Just not knowing, grabbing the trap line and not knowing it. That's what it is. It's the funniest fucking thing in the world. Who the hell? God damn, bro. What a joy.
I know. It's so nice to be back.
What a motherfucking joy, dude.
Yeah. If I was still in Westchester, I'd just be sitting in a barn right now. Just
kind of nice.
It was. On paper, it sounds great. Day 3 of sitting in a fucking farmhouse by yourself is.
Yeah. You need to figure out like something.
You gotta go. I got nothing to do. Beezer, let's head down to the bar.
Let's get fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my goal in life, man. I want to free myself and become just a total gentleman. do a constitutional morning and night, and just write like letters and essays, and just kind of like walk around and just be like,
I think you got that in you.
I
know you can do that.
I want to set myself up. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Just be a gentleman, take walks, walk my dogs, maybe get into game,
Yeah.
fox hunting. I don't know. It's like,
You don't want to hunt fox. They're sweet
I
guys.
do it. Dude, oh my God. I have a little garden in my backyard. I got into gardening, which I do like, but I got a compost thing. So like I have this thing that like makes compost really quickly. So I put stuff in. I didn't know it turns it into like the brown kind of just like dusty mulch looking stuff.
Yeah.
I thought you could take that and put it right in the garden. You're supposed to put that in another bin and break it down till it's no longer recognizable like as food at all. But I just threw it in my garden being like, bro, my shit's going to be crazy this spring.
Yeah.
Dude, I got swarmed with rats. My backyard had so many fucking rats to the point where like they ate my whole garden. They ate everything in it.
Yeah.
I had like carrots going. They just leveled my whole garden. And I'm like, the whole time I'm like, I'm gonna need a BB gun. I couldn't bring myself to it. I was like, I'm gonna start scoping these guys off my porch. Couldn't bring myself to do it. And then I tried that shit where they're like, if you put like pepper flakes, they're so sensitive to smell. Dude, I came back. There were literally rats just walking over, just standing in pepper flakes. I'm like, what the fuck? They don't care about this. But they're cotton rats too, so they're not like big fat city rats. They're little guys. They're like,
you don't want to shoot them. They're sweethearts.
Dude, they do look like little sweethearts. But then here's the cool part. So then, like, because I got like a real ecosystem started popping off. Like the rats were there. I had new bugs moving around there. And then a black cat came by and started hunting the rats. So then it was fun. Dude, we'd all be in like the playroom window and you'd see the cat just stalking. Yeah. We'd all watch like the cat's back. It would start hunting rats, but if we were too loud, it would just go turn around and look at us and I'd be like, go kill them. Kill the fucking cat.
Sweet Tibble.
Now the rats aren't and then the cool thing was I'd let my dogs out. My dogs would chase the cats on the rat. I did really my ecosystem, my backyard was popping off. There's a lot of stuff happening while you were gone, dude. My backyard was going nuts, dude.
I had a wild ass backyard in Westchester.
Did you really?
I had an owl.
What?
An owl would come some nights and it was just so loud. It would just sit in the tree. Yeah. There's more deer than anywhere in fucking Westchester. I've never seen anything like it. Foxes everywhere.
Yeah.
It was great.
Oh, that's crazy.
Hawks. There are multiple hawks.
Hawks rule.
I saw a bald eagle, but I didn't want to tell anyone.
What?
I saw a bald eagle.
Why didn't you want to tell anybody?
I didn't want to tell anybody because it was the day after we were talking about seeing bald eagles in the wild, me and my friends. And then the next day I saw a bald eagle. And I didn't want to tell anyone. I didn't want to be like, hey, you know how we were just talking about this? I just saw one.
Why not?
Nobody's going to believe me.
Totally believe you. I don't think you would lie.
I searched Twitter. I was searching everywhere. I was going, Westchester, bald eagle. Did anyone else see the bald eagle?
Why did you just tell one of your friends you saw the bald eagle?
I did. I told Billy. I said, I know you're never going to believe me.
Yeah.
Saw a bald eagle this morning.
I hate to break it to you. That is your power animal right now, then. If you think about an animal and see an animal like that, that's your power animal. That is, by the way.
Saw a bald eagle. Not a big deal.
Pretty fucking sick. Damn, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I felt good about it.
It
was my secret. I couldn't tell anyone.
That's kind of tell you. That's more the fact that it's
I almost, I didn't even
animal.
want to tell my girl. I was
it's your power animal. Don't tell anyone about that. We should actually.
No one's going to believe it. It's going to make me come off as dumb.
Why?
Having just talked about it the night before.
That's not dumb.
And then no one sees bald eagles. Me, like, I think I've seen one before in mechanics. I saw one.
I've seen a bald eagle before.
The next day, being like, I saw a bald eagle.
What are you?
Everyone thinks you're a doofus.
No, dude.
It's like when fucking Wood said he had sleep paralysis the night after we talked about sleep paralysis. You go, no, you didn't. You're lying. You know?
Saw the Baba Ganoush.
Yeah.
Whatever the guy is. I had a weird, like, 2-week stretch of mildly prophetic dreams where, like, I had a dream of a flood. And then I think, like, several days later, fucking North Carolina flooded. I was like, what the fuck? And then it was like the next week I had a dream about alligators. And then Brittany was like, oh, our friends just sent pictures. They're in Florida and they fucking saw alligators on the road. And I was like, what the fuck?
Damn.
I had two like.
Have you
like
dreamt about anything recently that we should be worried about?
I had a skateboarding dream last night where I was ripping.
That's prophetic because you are about to rip it.
Yeah, that was
tomorrow.
That was just me just fucking thrashing in my sleep. It's no big deal.
You haven't dreamt anything else that we need to keep an eye on?
I got to chill on the caffeine. When I have too much caffeine, it fucks up my dreamscape. So I got to like go. I'm gonna do another like 40-day no caff because it is pretty chill. When you cut it out, you feel like horrible for 10 days, and then when you're done, you're like, wow, I'm pretty relaxed all the time. You don't realize how your adrenals are just.
Yeah. But it is nice. Cup of Joe in the morning.
Obviously, I came right back. It's
So good.
crazy. It's kind of, you're at a disadvantage if you're not like just whacked out on stimulants all day. You're kind of fucking up. You're kind of fucking up, dude.
True. If we didn't have stand up, I'd be addicted to Adderall.
Yeah,
I could see myself getting wild.
just getting into it.
Yeah.
It's a good move. You know, if you're like, I don't like what I'm doing. I feel totally
Yeah.
disconnected
It's time for
from
me
it.
to get skinny and clean.
Jink. Yeah. Get jacked. Find a Stargate.
I had someone recommend Ozempic to me lately.
Did you?
That hurt.
Wait,
Someone was like, "You ever think about maybe Ozempic?" And I was like,
I got hit with
Shut
Ozempic
the
though for
fuck up.
diabetes. Who hit you with that?
"I'm not telling you who."
Yeah, that's some
It's
bullshit.
those who's closest to you, you know.
True. Yeah, I've got. There's a lot of.
It was, I've never seen this happen before. When you showed up, you had an incident with gasoline.
Oh my God, dude. Dude.
You smelled like gasoline. You showed up. We were all sitting there eating, and I'm like, I thought you were working with power tools all day. So I'm like, maybe he was like chainsawing all day or something. He come in, I'm like, I don't want to be rude. I'm like, what the fuck? Why do you smell like gas?
The motherfucker clicked. I'm sitting in the car. The thing's full. It clicked. I pull it out. Dude. And it just was squirting. And it just squirted on the car and splashed.
Yeah, you got drenched with gasoline.
Like, that is wicked.
Bro, I swear to God, it was such a pungent
I'm like,
smell.
what am I going to do?
You had to just show up. It was a beast move.
You could have lit me on fire if you were smoking cigarettes.
I seriously was concerned. I was worried someone was going to order like a flambe or something and you would have went up because it was a thick gasoline smell. Although that's kind of the most manly cologne.
Maybe we could start it.
Just
Letters
a
from
little
Marion, gasoline.
But yeah, so and this is what kind of got my interest. I watched you on Soft White Underbelly, and you had the story basically about going to a supermax prison for selling, LSD, and the case was crazy. Like, we talked about it. It was just you sent, LSD in the mail, Western Union. Some guy got caught. He never got even caught with it, right?
No, his friend got caught.
Okay.
And then his friend just told on him. They showed up at his front door and he just told him this crazy story.
Right.
So wasn't indicted. He just
completely
right on his front step.
Jesus Christ. And then he gave you up, and then you got on some bullshit trial where it was like you never got caught with drugs, but there was enough circumstantial evidence to suggest that you had used a fake name to Western Union money and LSD around, and they sentenced you to, you said they were
151 months, 12 years, 7 months, which I jumped for joy. That was short.
Yeah.
When I was facing 40 and I get 151, I looked at my mom and I just went like this, like,
Really? You turned around?
yes, because I'm like, it's 151. Like, I'm
True.
at least, 40 when you're 23,
It's your whole life. You're done.
You're like, how do you look down that hallway?
True.
151. It's like, okay, I can file some appeals. Maybe I'll get lucky. And I did. But
And that was 1992. So this is like,
92.
it's crazy to think about the drug laws back then. There's even like weed back then. Like you could go to jail for like 4 or 5 years for selling weed if you had enough.
When we drove through Texas or Vegas, Nevada, like the older deadheads, like the shit was hid. You couldn't do anything. Ponytails back. Like you just had to get through the state, especially Texas. They said if we get pulled over and they find weed, we are all going to prison.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And now look.
Yeah, well,
And so we paved the way. I should put a collection bucket out.
you should, dude. You should. Well, that's
The young people have no fucking clue, man.
yeah. Even the early 2000s, it was like you could go to jail for like little bullshit like weed and stuff. I guess they obviously softened the
There's still
penalties.
some. There's 25 states where it's illegal, right?
Yeah, Texas is still illegal. Like if you Austin, you're fine. If you have weed in Austin, they don't care. If you leave Austin, you can still they'll like throw you in the
Because in
hold
front
you
of the
overnight
hotel,
processing.
everybody.
They don't
It's
care
just-
in Austin. But if you isn't that right, Josh? I think if you leave Austin and you get caught with weed, like I knew someone who
So
went.
it's decriminalized in Austin proper.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, they don't prosecute it at all. It's not.
That's the lib side.
It's a lib. This is a lib haven. Yeah, they actually have like decent food here, but you got to deal with all that stuff. But yeah, man, you can in Austin. I think I knew someone who got pulled over with a vape cartridge and got like held overnight.
In Austin.
No, outside of Austin. So Austin's a safe haven.
So they can. Where do they sell it here?
Yeah, it's like now we have that weird stuff where it's like the hemp.
It's one little
The
thing.
hemp bill. No, the hemp bill
Oh yeah,
allowed-
the farm bill.
Exactly,
Because if
the
you
farm
get
bill.
it from hemp, you can. It's like
Yeah. Or the big thing's THCA. Because THC is what's illegal. THC, you have to, like heat up weed to make brownies.
Carbolic.
Yeah, decarboxylate or whatever.
Yep.
So now if you have that extra carbon molecule that heat removes from literally of a lighter, it's technically legal because you can be like, well, this is hemp. It's weed's legal now, by the way. So.
But is it medically legal here?
No. Texas is like I think it's I don't think they even have a medical
think
program.
all drugs should be legal and the world would be way different. That's really one of the driving forces behind the book, just to be part of that wave.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it's like
it hasn't worked.
No.
I mean, look at the prisons.
Well, what happened with Portugal? Didn't Portugal? Yeah, I mean, obviously locking people up for years.
They did. It was much smaller. The Cato Institute did a big study. I wrote a couple op-eds for that. I don't remember all the statistics, but they would track it all the way to like when kids first tried drugs. Like it just had a positive impact on all the metrics of drug use, amount of drug use, when they stop. And then when you go in to do it, they say, if you get addicted or you want help, here it is. But there's a lot of moms whose young daughters and sons have OD'd and died that if it was legal, if they were at one of those places, they wouldn't have died.
Yeah.
And you take the Mexican cartel would go out of business like that. Think of that. So
that's the big one. Yeah. Well, that's the. But here's the thing. I read the book Chasing the Scream by great book.
Yes,
they talk about that how like in London they would give people heroin, and then if you had someone, if they had to go to a center and the heroin was clean, like there were way less deaths. But now the critique in America is like the
well, it's a cesspool. America did it wrong. Like Oregon and Seattle are just like a whole area of
exactly. And it does give the harm reduction stuff a bad name because it's like if you just let people lay on the street and you're like, oh, here's needles. And then my friend Jared Klickstein was actually living in Skid Row for a while, and he said the problem was you like throw these guys in like an apartment, like, oh, here we're gonna give you housing, and then they OD and die, and nobody finds them because they're by themselves. Rather, if they're outside.
But
people can at least discover them.
If both metrics were the same, legal and illegal, there's still the metric of the criminal elements out of it. And
exactly.
We get the money that we can bring back in.
Yeah, that's true. And it's also, it loses a lot of the allure. It's like, if you're telling me if I got to go to like a professional office building to like go do heroin, I'm going to be like...
You're going to start to question it. You're going to think, what am I doing? Where's my life going?
Yeah, what is it? What the fuck am I doing? It's not the thrill of like, you're getting it. It takes the rock and roll element out of it. Which I think could work, and it always is a personal choice. It is like, it comes down to personal choice.
What I do with my head is my business. Can a government really tell me?
Yeah, well, apparently they told you. They sent you to jail for fucking 15 years. So, dude, you have a book. It's called Letters from Marion. I read it. I love the book, dude. I thought it was great. Thank you. Book was fantastic. It kind of
gave me that shout out about the jack rag on another podcast.
Yes, I did. I did. Actually,
I parted it too.
Dude, I'm glad. It's got to cross a weird threshold though for other prisoners to be like, yo, here's how you jerk off. Because I know in jail it's like
Nikki at the third place. Yeah, Nikki told me. He started to tell me, and I thought he was fucking with me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but he's not gay. Sparky already got me stoned with all this weed. And then I'm like, all right, I'm going to try it. Right and on. I did. And it was wicked.
And what was the technique again? You rolled the socks inside out?
So it's smooth. And then you're not actually like going up and down on the shaft. And it's hard. It's hard when you get a really big hard on, but you grab the shaft and then that heat will create it. And then right at climax, boom, right on top and underneath.
Put some pressure on it.
It has an effect, man.
That's crazy.
I mean, like most don't guys know that?
Oh man, I don't know. I've never tried the sock and the fucking pressure plate at the end.
So you turn it inside out and then you fold it over so it's a little tight, right? And you got to get a big sock. But no, it works. And then it's all contained. No spill, no fuss, no muss. You don't have to buy a cab ride home in the morning.
True. Got to wash the sock. Yeah. Got to wash the sock.
Throw that fucker out.
Throw it out
after like 6 or 8 uses.
What? Oh, so you still wash it between?
I'll rinse it, but not. I don't want to put it in the machine.
Nah, true. You need to keep it pure. Yeah, you need to keep it pure. I get that. True. You don't want all those chemicals on you. So you were telling me this made me laugh a lot. So you go to trial. You took your case to trial. You fight it yourself, which that is honorable. You go take your case to trial, and then you were sentenced, like you said. What was the first thing you did upon sentencing? You go back to the cell. What was your play?
So it was
You're 23 years old.
Sobering experience. I went to that cell and I just started to think, what do I want to do? What am I going to do when I get out? Surfing, sushi. And then I'm like, somehow I got aroused.
Right on.
You know, and the marshals were out of the office there. There's bars. And I just fucking hit it. And I made myself come hard, dude. And then I'm like, get used to it, motherfucker, because that's all you got. And I think that's actually pretty good, like, to realization and just accepting this is what it is.
Dude, I mean...
And then who knows, maybe if I spent 151 months in there, I mean, I might have been getting my dick sucked. I don't fucking know. I don't think so. But after a certain amount of time, like, say if you're there for 30 fucking years, man.
I hear you.
You gotta be touched. Like, what the fuck?
Something's got to happen.
Yeah, or a guard. You get lucky with the female prison guard.
That'd be huge. That would be very lucky.
So I don't know. I've never had to deal with that, but
So you never had it. That was your primary concern. You said going in, you didn't want to have to
get raped, get my asshole filled with cum. Can I say that?
You can say that. Yeah, it's your journey.
No, man.
Dude, that's a real fucking fear. I'd be terrified, man, because you were down where in like Kentucky.
Yes. That trial was in Covington, Kentucky, 6th District. The first prison was like really low and normal, but you know, as it progressed, and the thing is, the face of the medium security prisons at that time changed. Mm-hmm. So normal medium security in the 80s, you might have bank robbers, couple drug dealers. The average sentence was maybe 10 years. But now there was every other fucking guy at 30, 35 years, and they're young. So it was like, that was like a penitentiary and a medium. Cause like, you know, if a dude's got 35 or 40 years and he's 25 and he's disrespected, like what the fuck does he have to lose?
Exactly.
It's not like you have 8 or 10 and you got an out date and you're close, right? So like the tensions were different.
And also I did like that. I have to say, like, so you're there, you know, that just being like, look, I've never tried sushi. I'm going to get that when I get out. I'm going to surf around the world when I get out. And then just like, you know, and it is funny to like just jerk off. But it is something, there's something serious about that level of acceptance to be like, this is my situation. Because I feel like people in and out of jail struggle with that, of like just accepting your lot in life and just kind of like getting with the program rather than just constantly spinning yourself out.
Acceptance.
It's a big thing.
It was luck. I don't know how I look back. What the fuck?
And why you were wise. You were definitely at 22 to be like, all right, this is what it is pretty crazy. I wouldn't have been able to take it. I would have been like, this is bullshit. There's no way. I would have been in total denial, I think.
When they arrested me, I thought to myself as they're driving me in the car, like I had the thought, I'm like, I know a motherfucker who's got a kilo of coke. I'm thinking in my head, and I'm like, no. And they brought me to the courthouse in this room with Christopher Bick and a couple other agents. And they said, you're going to spend the rest of you're going to spend all of your fucking 20s and probably most of your 30s in prison. This is the best part of your life. And they said, we won't even process you. Just tell us you'll cooperate and help us. And it can stop right now. And I said, take me to my cell. Fuck you. Which was the hardest fucking thing.
Damn.
Because I knew I'm not going to jail then.
Yeah.
They threw the 18-count indictment on my lap when they arrested me, which I thought, holy fuck, that means they convened a grand jury. They've been fucking following me, trying to catch me with shit, which they were. So, yeah, man, that was a wicked situation. Then I got out on bail for like 4 months, and then out on bail, I got in trouble. So they arrested me. I don't know if I put this in the book. And then I had to go back to Kentucky through the federal prison system. And then once I got to Kentucky, there was a mix-up with getting the car. And then I got out again.
You did talk about this, yeah.
I went through 6 or 7 prisons because the way the Marshal Service is like transfers you through. And then I went to this one in Oklahoma. Now they built a different one. But you actually went into a prison with like 6 tiers. And so I'm only have been arrested. And formally charged, but I have not been convicted or sentenced. So I saw, in that point, I saw what prison was.
Yeah, well, okay.
Like really what prison was.
Yeah, you got to get your shuffle. So I remember that in the book. You had to get yourself down to Kentucky to get like arraigned or whatever.
Yeah, because they arrested me in Milwaukee, but the indictment was out of Kentucky. So they arraigned me here. They gave me pretrial probation. They said, you got to show up in 3 weeks.
To Kentucky, and you couldn't get to Kentucky.
Right.
Right,
And
I
then
read that
like
in the
2
book.
days before, I called the marshals. They said, you got to get there. You got to get there. We're going to come arrest you. And then there was an issue with my getting a rental car. And then my brother wasn't going to let me use his car. And I fucked up.
Yeah. So they were pissed. So they had to literally transport you from Milwaukee down to.
But they don't go straight.
I
You just
heard.
get in the system and you
moved
you go around. And then it took me like 31 days. Couple county jails, but it was the one in Oklahoma City. I can't remember the name of the federal prison, but like you would go to the chow hall and you'd mix with the prisoners, like the wick, and it's just like, I remember Gene Gotti was there, I believe, at the time, but it was like, holy fuck, man. Then I get to Kentucky. He gives me the bail. He's like, you can't fuck up. We're going to piss you, all that. He's like, but I'll see you. I don't know. The trial was in 4 or 5 months after that.
You had to just
But
kick around Kentucky?
no, I went back to Milwaukee.
Okay.
But if that could have made anybody rat.
Yeah.
Because you see, like, this is going to be home.
Oh, you weren't even, I see what you're saying. You weren't even
Yeah.
like a fully sentenced yet. And the thing that struck, I didn't know
I
this.
didn't even have the trial.
Exactly. So you got like a taste and you could have totally been like, bro, fuck this. I'm out. I did like the thing in the book where you talked about how they gave some people what was called diesel therapy. And they would just keep prisoners traveling just in perpetuity. That like
The
they would
diesel therapy.
dude, that's fucking terrible.
Because you maybe shower every 2 days. You're constantly in chains, belly chains, and the leg irons. And then, like, if you file complaints, and I'm sure they do it to people that they want to break, like maybe Secret Service people they think are selling secrets or whatever, like some sort of thing. And then it's also a threat. Like, like if you go on diesel therapy, you're basically on a bus like 7 days a week and stopping off only every couple days, and like in the big tanks with people, you're eating bologna sandwiches. Like,
yeah, and you don't know anyone, so you're just getting shuffled, or you're a
no
stranger
phone
everywhere.
calls, no mail.
It sucks, dude. I never heard of that before. You always hear about the hole. That's the big one. You get sent to the hole, but
The
I've never-
hole's the jail within the jail.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy,
It's
right?
super jail.
Yeah. The hole was pretty wicked. The thing is, like on the commissary slips, they sold at every single federal prison, they sold raw garlic. And when you went to the hole, there were certain things in the commissary they wouldn't let you buy. But you could always buy raw garlic,
Really?
cloves. And like for the whole entire time, every single day, I'd eat 2 to 4 cloves every day.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to do it.
Yeah, it probably kept like infections at bay, and 'cause getting sick in jail would fucking no one ever thinks about getting sick in jail.
It's the thing. The light sicknesses you're gonna kind of get poo-pooed, but like if something's real serious, they take, because it's the feds. They will take you right out to the hospital.
Oh, that's cool.
But
Well, my friend was in county jail, and that's the thing people don't know too. Apparently, county
County's
jail's
the worst.
Exactly, that's what I've heard.
Cesspool wickedness.
It sucks. My friend was there, and he was an older guy, and he was in the county jail.
It's dirty. There's no
filthy.
regulation.
He was there during COVID, and he said the guards were so like whacked out about interacting with the prisoners that he was like, they didn't come check on you at all, and the heaters were fucked up. So he was like, it was freezing cold.
It always is, and the air is recirculated. So you're getting dandruff.
Yeah, he was like, it's freezing cold, and he was like, I'm an older guy. He had health issues. He's like, if I had a health complication, I would have died, because like there was like a bell or a button they could ring to like get people to come, and he's like, they would all ring it. Nobody, like for 8 hours a night, that people just wouldn't show up. Because they were like, we don't want, the guards were like, we don't want to be around the fucking prison.
Right, because even if you're federal holdover in a county jail, you don't get the federal, like if you were in a federal prison. There's just like, you're in the county, that's it.
You would think the county would be the nicer one because it's lesser. Well, at least you can be waiting to trial. But it's like, usually if you get like a DUI, you think the conditions would be nicer to go serve a DUI sentence than like.
It's got to be the worst
running
place
a pyramid
in the
scheme.
It's a pyramid scheme.
No, I'm saying like if you did like a high level crime, you get better jail conditions. Basically, you get a federal prison.
No,
versus
well, once you get there,
yeah, true. But it was that just shocked me because my friend went, and I was always kind of like, oh, you would think like federal prison's like worse than the county, but it's like he was like, no, it's actually way better. He's like,
oh yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So,
Yes,
but either way,
definitely.
so once you were there. And in the book, you move around a lot, and also there was.
Doesn't
one thing,
it come together at the end though?
I like it.
Did.
Yeah, I like it. You did it. You did a good job of like chronological leaps, because it's like you're talking about your one time period, like I'm waiting trial, and then like you're jumping to like being released and the stuff you were doing after that, and then back. And I thought that's You pulled it off. The chronological jumps.
Thank you.
You pulled off. The letters were. So what was your thought? Because within the book,
It's
you're
too
telling the story-
many.
Well, here's the thing. I think they were fine, but you gave a pretty a pretty serious glimpse into like the psyche of an incarcerated, young.
Some
person.
of it was a little too deep.
I loved it. I thought it was great. But like the best is when you
read
sent a
'em.
letter to your brother being like, "I'm gonna fucking destroy you when I get out of here. I'm so jacked." I was that made me literally laugh out loud in my bed. I was reading that. I'm like, what a funny fucking thing just to be in jail. Be like, I'm gonna fucking beat your ass when I get out of here. I'll be so strong. Which I'm sure you're fucking around with your brother, but it was like, yeah, the letters did like the story. Was flowing. The letters, like they really gave it some kind of like some weight to it, man. It was like some of those letters were like,
Thank you.
kind of dark in a good way. I thought it was cool because it was. You didn't. Here's my thing. You didn't have to put those in there, and you did, and you really showed, kind of an unfiltered like view of how you were, and it was cool. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, I wanted to do the envelopes to prove I was there, and then Hillary wanted me to type the letter out, but then I'm like,
No, the
that means
handwriting's
it could
cool.
be edited. If
Yeah.
this letter, this is it. Like you can't change that.
So with the letters, there was I didn't know what you were talking about. You were asking your mom for photos. What was the photo?
Oh, for Playboy.
What?
My parents met at Playboy, and she posted
That I heard. Yeah,
photo.
that I knew. So
Yeah.
what did you want the photo for?
Just to have. I don't know. No, so we would see the photos like when we were little, and so they weren't all
They're not
naked
nude.
photos.
Yeah, obviously,
They're
yeah.
not all nude, but she has a couple. And then on the back it says Playboy Studios. But I think I had a bet or something with someone or some reason ulterior. I can't remember what it was.
yeah,
But I
for
got
sure.
the picture and I showed. I said, "Look, Playboy Studio."
Yeah, that was the
I
one.
think it was a bet.
That was a letter I saw in there. 'Cause there's no context on the letter, so I kind of looked it up and I was like, okay, that's what I thought it was. You wanted the Playboy photos for a bet. You never said that in the book. So
No.
when you're reading it, you're going, this is a freaky ass bull, dude.
In prison, I'm going to be jacking off to my mother.
I would never say that. I would never say that.
No, but you're right. That's a reasonable thought. How fucked up does this dude get? He's jacking off to his mother. Oh my God.
I'd never say so. God damn, it just made me laugh because I was reading the book and I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about, these photos? And that makes sense. You had a bet with somebody. They didn't believe you.
No. Gary. I'm pretty sure it was Gary.
He didn't
It
believe
might
you.
not have been a bet. It might have just been, look, I want hey, my parents met at Playboy. Check this out.
Yeah, that was an
really good
interesting
post.
story too. That was so how did that go down?
I think it happened on Lake Parkway at the mansion, Hugh Hefner's mansion. My dad collected money.
Mm-hmm.
He worked in the credit department. My mom worked in some area where like you're just kind of the traditional whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then they met at the party. And then they married. I think they married in 1963, November 22nd, the day John Kennedy was shot. And I think they met in 1961, but they both worked at Playboy. And then Pompeo Posar was a big staff photographer, just hounded the shit out of my mother until she relented to pose. So, but the rest of the story, which I've never told anyone, probably never happened in the history of Playboy. So she posed. They picked her for centerfold. Everything was set, typeset and everything, and she fucking freaked out.
And she was like, take it out. I don't want to do it.
She's like, no. But she still stayed working there for another year and a half. But they said, no one's ever done this. Like said no.
Yeah.
And so she's like, I can't do it. She was sort of traditional Italian,
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Catholic.
Especially back
But
then.
it's 60.
Especially back then. Like
Two.
people now wouldn't care because people have like OnlyFans and shit. But like, yeah, back then that was a big deal.
She was old fashioned like that. Pull the chair out, like just.
So what was the thinking though? Why? I guess if you're in the environment, you get kind of. They do that at strip clubs a lot too. They'll take the bartenders and they'll be like, "Yeah, you should get up there." It's just when you're in that environment, they're probably just kind of pushing you.
Well, she was super fine.
Really?
She was extremely fine. Yeah, no, unbelievable. Like, okay, I had a party at the Lake Estate. The Super Bowl was February 4th, and my friend was there, and my mom came into the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm, I don't know, 40. My mom's 65 probably.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's my mom. So like
Right
but
on.
petite and perfect.
You were cursed with a hot mom.
So she leaves the kitchen and Bob's there. It's probably 5 years my elder. He's like, dude, your sister is so fine. Can I get her? Can I call her? And I said, it's my mom. And he's just like, oh, wait, and he walked out. Like that's who she was. But she wasn't like, what's the word? Like she didn't act like she was, but she was.
Really?
Yeah.
What was it like growing up with like a hot mom, basically?
How could I know the difference?
What do you mean? Oh yeah,
You know
you
what I
can't
mean?
say. Yeah, I always wondered what that was
looking
like.
back, like the way people reacted to her and would talk to her, like when we would travel, like they were very attracted to her. I don't know. It probably helped me. I mean, if am I ugly?
No, you're looking guy, dude.
I think she might have been able to do a lot better than my dad, though, right?
Yeah. So what was the in the book? You include some stuff like you guys had a rocky relationship, and then he just died.
Yeah. So
how was that? Because you go into it's kind of jarring because I read it. It's like you guys have this
it's
like
almost
physical
unbelievable
altercation,
Yeah.
and then he dies that day.
So a week before he died, maybe 2 weeks, we were at the dining room table, and I'm like, dude, I think something's wrong with you. I think you're going to die. I've been having these dreams. It happened with my grandmother. He said, I'm fine. I had the cholesterol check. Everything's good. Then the day before, so what was it, October 15th, 1989? 1988. Because the first time I took LSD was a year later on that date, unbeknownst to me. And so we got in a fight over something. The cakes went flying.
Oh, it was like a birthday.
Someone's cakes, was it my mother's? Someone had a birthday coming. And then so we had the fight and I ran out of the house and I was kind of a fuck up. I got this new job. And then at the job, I started to panic and freak out. They'd trained me and I said, I got to go home. Something's wrong. And then he died right in my arms.
Damn, that's crazy.
Which is fucked up.
Yeah, and you were, early 20s. It's got to be a pretty heavy experience.
No, 20.
Or 20 years
19.
old. Yeah. Okay.
No, maybe I was 21. 69, 89, 88, 19.
Okay. Damn, that's pretty wild. Yeah, that was just like a quick thing mentioned in the book, but I was like, that's kind of.
But then what happened in Marion, like so, like in the world, like in nature, there's no wasted energy, and if you live to be 80, you've had 6 years of dreams.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy,
right? And so, like once I got to Marion, from this very first day to the day I left, every single night I'd dream, and we'd meet and we'd talk and we'd get it out.
That's cool.
Every fucking day. So like I made peace with it somehow. But yeah, there was a rocky relationship. I mean, my dad suffered from PTSD. He fought in a war. And I don't know if because you mentioned it when you did your thing about hitting a kid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Is that really the way? So 5 or 6 year old boy, like that's, it didn't happen all the time, but it happened enough to where it's like it's significant, right? But it doesn't have to define who I am today.
For sure, yeah.
So I don't know. Does that answer your question?
No, yeah, that does. It was like a heavier moment, and I thought this was kind of interesting too in the book. This was kind of like the crux of the tale. Was like you're in jail, and you're kind of having a good time. You're selling a little black tar heroin. I was
finance my weed. Oh my God. That's just the hypocrisy of it, right? Like we're going to keep this shit illegal?
I know.
What the fuck?
It is crazy. But for me, it was crazy that you just tried heroin and were like, man, that was cool.
I said the whole thing, withdrawing the needle back and the blood coming in.
Was that like creepy as fuck doing that? Like I don't like needles at all. That's why.
No, it was creepy as fuck. And the thing is, it just felt like I was really stoned. So I'm like, why would I want to do this other than smoke pot?
Yeah.
Because then I'm getting physically addicted. I'll be sucking dick to get more or whatever.
For sure. Yeah. So it wasn't this like otherworldly.
Oh, that's the thing. That's it. That's the other thing. When I jacked off in this thing, that's the third thing. So when I was out, was very significant. So when I was there, I said sushi, surfing, and when I was out selling LSD, if they thought you were an alcoholic or doing coke or heroin, you could not get the good
You were cut
LSD.
off, yeah.
You were done. And they always trained you for safety first. And it's like they knew, they could see in my soul, this motherfucker will not rat. Somehow they saw that. And when I jacked off, I said, I'm going to fucking try once. I want to just try it. I want to stick a needle in my arm and I'm going to try heroin.
Was that because of Jerry Garcia having? Was he like into heroin then, or that was until like the 90s?
I don't know the whole history. He was in it, I mean, probably from the beginning, but when he got addicted, it was definitely in the 90s. Bad, really bad. And then he went to the Forest Knolls or Serenity Knolls, and then he died. I don't know if it's because of that, but it was no, it wasn't because of that, because the people that do heroin and coke and are alcoholic, they're not thinking safety first.
Right.
And then they bring that heat on. People, because like they're in the circles of the heavier drugs, where LSD was very clandestine.
Yeah.
So
Okay. That makes sense. So that was part of your thing. Like, I'm going to try heroin too once. Now I can do it.
Yeah. That was the 3 things I promised myself.
You were getting crushed by the corporate lifestyle of selling LSD. So you're like, I'm going to.
I was always
heroin.
to get to the next show. Like, because if you went broke, you could sell grilled cheese and beer and make $600 or $800, buy 20 or 30 sheets, go to some city for 2 weeks with someone that you just met or they know the city, and then make $4,000 or $5,000, and you're good for like the whole tour.
Yeah.
I mean, $2,000 or $3,000 in the 80s on tour, it was like you're set.
True.
And you got 3 or 4 guys in the car, but like there's always was the juxtaposition. It's like, I'm risking my fucking life for a little bit of money, even though I believe in it. Like, so that was the dichotomy of wickedness.
I mean, how fun was that? Just being, a younger. Like
that was
a kid,
amazing.
basically, just following around the
It
Grateful
was
Dead.
beautiful because like those people accepted me. It was like a family, and it was just like love. The scene in the parking lot when I went to the first show was unbelievable. Like, it just was what was missing at home.
That makes sense.
And it was beautiful. But no, it wasn't like I was in fear, because I've sold very little drugs at a show. I would meet people and like make things happen, but it wasn't like I was out there, doses, mushrooms, this,
You
that,
weren't really getting after it like that.
And you didn't have to, because you could do you could grill cheese and beer and do
still
fine
make money,
and
yeah.
make money. And then, the acid connects. And then like these people who did the LSD, like we'll just say Rainbow, the Vesuvian Man,
Yeah.
So one side had that, and then the one side was surfing hippie ladies. And then the sheet is 1,000 hits, which is like maybe a 7x10. And then 10 of those is like accordion. So that's 1 gram of LSD, which looks just like a gram of cocaine. And then they would pay someone to batik those sheets with each square of 100 hits would have the Vitruvian Man from, what's his name? An astronaut.
Da Vinci.
Yeah, Da Vinci. And the
Yeah.
other side would be the surfing hippie ladies. But that piece of paper was like artwork. You could not counterfeit that.
That makes
so
sense, yeah.
if I saw one of those sheets on the lot, I'm like, all right, Rainbow is here. I'm
Gotcha.
gonna search them out. Like, I know I can get, and then they would front me anything, but
Yeah.
I would never. They would front me 10 grams, which is 100,000
That's crazy.
hits. But I would like, what am I going to do with it? And they would train me, like, if you ever think there's heat around the corner, like, throw that shit away. You just have to stay safe. Like, one
Yeah.
time we did a 10 strip, and like they were just with me when they met me. And
You took 10 hits, you're saying?
yeah. And they could tell somewhat, however they told, they could tell, but like I was in,
Damn.
I was in.
What was that like when you like, that was your first experience? Was that your first experience with LSD?
No, the first one was the year anniversary of my dad's death. I was with new friends that I met, and we were in the show. They were blue unicorns, and there were lights like this on the ceiling, and we just kept eating the LSD because I'm like, I don't think it's real. I don't think it's real. It was her second time, and then I don't know. I probably got to 8 or 9, and then all of a sudden we're like, this is real. But then we just spent the next 15 hours together. We were at the show. It was the most beautiful, lovely experience. Like, you could see. You were just in the moment. It's hard to explain in words. But that was a beautiful trip. But the time I took the 10 was Northern California. And like, you could sleep. I mean, pure good LSD is not, I don't think it's really harmful unless you have something psychologically that's really
Okay.
impending you, and or the precursor to the trip. Like if you just got in a wicked fight with your ex-wife and she's taking the kids and you got to double the alimony, and then that might be bad.
Yeah, that makes sense. And you were saying in the book too, these people who were like, there was only a few people who were able to somehow secure the ingredients necessary to make LSD, because it is hard. I knew a guy in a lab, and he could make almost anything, but he's like, I can't make LSD.
Ergotamine tartrate. No, it's a substantial amount of glassware, and it's not just some bathtub shit to get pure LSD 25. It took some time. And so the other thing is like, and you're not just going to you're going to end up with millions and millions a hit with a batch, you know? So it's like, you're going to have a lot. But those people that I met, they never were about bling bling. They were specific to safety first and wanting to bring about radical social change. And when I was in prison, I met people from Caracas and all down South America, these big, huge coke dealers. And this one dude, I remember his face, I can't think of his name. And he sort of made me start to think even more about it, because he said, like, when the LSD came and he knew about Owsley, he knew all this stuff about like the scene, but he was like this wicked cocaine dealer, but he was so smart. And he said, when that LSD came in, it's when people were rioting in the government and we wanted to overthrow things. And he's like, that stuff brought about radical social change. So it makes sense that the government wanted it illegal, but who knows why? Maybe they found some true serum way to like make people. Yeah, they didn't want Russia to get it, but they did a lot of stuff with alcoholism too.
Yeah, that was a big thing for AA. I think LSD.
Bill wanted it everywhere.
Yeah,
and then there's at the Jefferson in the 50s. They did, when I was in prison, they had a show with Barbara Walter on LSD. And the whole was sentencing and everything. And so in the 50s, they did this thing where they would take alcoholics, non-AA, they take them on one bad trip, seriously bad, and show them everything they did wrong, and they filmed it. And then on Barbara Walters Inside Federal Prison, they had like the dude's daughters or sons, and they're like 70 or 80. And they said the LSD saved our lives like our dad or mom never took another drink. They completely changed them.
Damn.
So that was a small study.
How much? Do you think how much they were giving them? They were probably back then. Too,
I think it was
they
showed it was 1,000 mics. They showed that it was from Santos. They called it Dicelin or something like that, and they would give them 1,000 mics. But they literally would take them on a horrendously negative trip the whole entire time in a thing with doctors and like.
Well, it's weird too because.
And then it would infect them forever till they died.
Dude. I mean, imagine again in the 50s, like LSD, like I grew up hearing about it. You have like a context for what it is, like it's like it's like hippie stuff and
jumping out the window, you're gonna die.
Yeah, or even being like say I was following like fish, and if I was a kid, I would have been like, yeah, it's like weed. It's like you get high, but in the 50s, if someone just hit you with 10 hits of LSD in a lab and like, get your fucking life together, I'd be like, I
always thought it was going to make you go crazy. I mean, I didn't take LSD till I was 1989, 20 was the first time. And so I had a few times at shows I would buy a sheet or two from someone I didn't know, and I just would sell it at high school. I'd say, is this real? And I did mushrooms a couple times, but like, even though I thought I was a free thinker, there was like, you're going to take it and you're going to want to fly and jump out a window. Like somewhere that got started, because that was always in my head, but it wasn't that dangerous. But I don't know if it's for everyone.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But I think that if a big slice, like if you go to Gaza, right, then Terrence McKenna would go all the way to group sex, but he's like, you get both sides, Palestine, the Jews, and let's all take some LSD and sit in a room. I guarantee you they're going to fucking figure it out. Yeah. And they might start fucking each other.
That'd be sick.
Right? Be sick. I mean, the peace on earth, man. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem like it could, do that. It is unfortunate because I like you were saying, it's not for everybody. And I have seen people who abuse it kind of lose it. Like
LSD?
Yes.
So I've never seen that. I believe it.
But I think you have to have underlying stuff already kind of kicking around.
Abused it like daily?
They were there was like every weekend, just boom, like, and like constantly, as you said in your book, you didn't take it
less than a dozen times because it's so profound. What do you need?
These guys were every weekend, the nitrous, they were just partying with it. And I remember,
wow,
I see the one guy, I was in a grocery store and I'm like, oh, hey, what's up, man? He was working there. I'm like, how you doing? Dude, he cornered me. He's like, I'm fighting a battle against light and darkness. And I was like, oh, boy. I was like, all right, bro. I was like, I'm going to grab my stuff and get out of here. But it was, Yeah, I remember this guy, but again, it could have been just like underlying stuff because that is like, if you take a person who already has, even if like, they could have like had a job and just been a little weird or whatever, but it's like if you really kind of ramp that shit up and it's like you don't give them any kind of like way to work through all that stuff, it's like, yeah,
no, you're right.
It makes sense. You would lose your fucking mind.
Because you have psych now. What is that?
That was I'm still trying to figure out how to do it. I have an idea with what I want to do, but I got obsessed. So I've always liked psychology. So I've always liked psychology. And then I went to school for social work to get my master's. And
yes.
I wanted to start something like AA that's just not centered around drugs where you can kind of get people.
Anything.
Yes. Who are like, I could talk to people who are, like PhDs or whatever and have them help me come up with some sort of program that could be peer led around like just mental health stuff in general. That way, like, you can't afford a therapist. If you can't afford a therapist, you could still have like a group that's like, it's not like therapy per se, but it would be using
sharing
the tools, yeah, like that. These people, like these PhD level people, make up, and like, how do you kind of disseminate them in a way that like it could be done in like a peer to peer thing? So that's my goal, and I'm still now looking for therapists now because I want to just salary a couple therapists now that I can to just kind of like run groups and like kind of like
see what
curate the whole like online space.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's for.
How did you get that name?
I made it up. Psych, no, I don't know.
I
It sounded
like it.
funny because but yeah. So that is my goal because we do need to figure something out collectively because this isn't it's clearly not working, dude. It's like the fact that we're immune to like kids shooting kids in school now. It's like it happens enough to where it's like, all right, dude. We need to organize ourselves mentally a different way. We're organized around one thing right now, and it's not really
Money.
not working. Yeah, pretty much. And it's like it's good. I don't hate money, but it's like it's clearly something's getting fucked up, and it's like I really feel like as human beings, we're organisms, and like we're not. It's hard for people to wrap their head around the fact for everybody that they're not like the most important person in the world. Because as an organism, if you think about organisms,
cells, we're all a cell.
Yeah, well,
right.
if you're an organism and you sense an organism that's bigger than you, that's a threat to your life. You know what I mean? Because if you're an animal, just say you're an animal. If you're an animal and if you're a wolf and you see a bigger wolf, that wolf could very well kill you, and that sets off a chain of reactions. But human beings, our sense of like largeness is kind of abstract. So if you perceive somebody's bigger than you in some sense, it can set off like a very real chain of biological events that can color your thinking and behavior. And it's like no one really thinks about that, but it's like something people have to come to grips with. But whatever. But yeah. So that's. I don't know, man. I think we could have a good time up here on Earth, but it's it sucks for everybody. It's kind of shitty.
Is it the human condition?
I think so.
We're stuck. The iPhone.
Yeah,
I got an iPhone in April or May. I had a flip phone from 2013. I shut off my iPhone too. Mm-hmm. Dude, that motherfucker is worse than bad cocaine.
Yeah, dude. I'm coming to grips with how addicted I am to my phone, and it's like it's bad, man. I got my screen time down to like. I think like 3 hours, and I think this week I should be hitting 2, but it's like, dude, it's such an addiction.
But you need it for your business, right?
Yeah, I do, but it's like I could use it in a way where I'm not like pulling it out and being like, let me see if anyone. And I'm just
every
like,
2 hours, they're just.
Well, the worst part is with social media, you're addicted to yourself. You're like you've commodified your personality.
How many likes?
You're checking
your
numbers.
Money?
Yeah, now you have like it's like very real, quantitative data on like your personality. And so, of course, there's an addictive component to the phone, but like nothing's more addictive than yourself and like, your insecurities and checking on all that. And I think that's what ties a lot of people to it.
And like, the kids, now that they're like, if I don't have likes, this whole idea of
it sucks.
Shootings.
Yeah. So that's, but either way. So yeah, I kind of agree. Something needs to happen, but it's one of those things where it's like when people try to push the pedal, like I got the solution and push the pedal. Usually it's just 10 times worse. So I don't know. I'll be curious to see what happens with people. But either way, so dude. Okay, so this is what else did I want to ask you about? So this is the thing that I thought was crazy. So you're kicking around different prisons.
6.
Yeah, you're 6
I
different
didn't
prisons.
adjust well. Who does, right?
True, but you're kicking around. Things are going well. You've got some hustles going on. And then you have the altercation with the guard. And this was the thing I thought the craziest part of the book. You have the altercation with the guard.
If you said that name in a disrespectful way, the Aryan Brotherhood would have killed you.
What do you mean?
Wait, which guard you're talking about?
The guard who sent you to Marion.
Oh, that guy, the lieutenant. Okay, no.
What guard are you talking about?
And when in Marion, when I said I'll do you like Tommy
Dude,
Silverstein,
that was crazy.
That's
So-
like ridiculous.
Okay.
Oh no, the Black Lieutenant though, that
Black-
really was the chain of events to get me there.
This was I thought it was kind of nuts. So you're in jail, things are going well, whatever. This black lieutenant takes your bag. You guys get into an altercation. So
he
then
called me a hippie rat.
He did.
He threw me down.
did.
He called me a hippie rat, and I called him a really fucked up name. I don't want to
It's
say
all right.
it.
You don't have to.
So
but
but the whole yard saw that.
yes, and he had. To
And
do
I
something.
never ratted, but he knew that. He knew
Oh,
I
I
was
didn't realize that. He said that to you in front of all the other prisoners, which is kind of a death sentence.
He's like, well, because when I came to that prison, he wanted the bag.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to get that bag. I know you faked that property slip.
And your friend stitched it for you. It was like a nice, it was like your prized possession.
James Irving, yeah. So it was that was the third prison I was in with it. And then I'm coming out of chow to go to the yard, and he's just, give me that bag, you hippie rat. And I yanked it back just out of reaction. He body slammed me. He's like 6'4", 6'5", 250, 260, huge lieutenant. I mean, he's running it. And he's like, you fucking hippie rat. And I'm like, oh, fuck. But he knew, when you come in, they know who's ratted, who didn't rat, who might have to be in PC or not. So he knew that he was pushing my buttons. But anyway.
Yeah, so the thing I thought that was wild was like that incident kind of aligned itself with the crack laws, where it was like they reduced the sentences on powder cocaine, didn't reduce the sentences on crack cocaine. So then there were these like racial riots in the jail. And then that
was the first one out of 12 to riot. That's really significant.
12 prisons around the country. Like,
Yeah.
And like, dude, the
And
extent
that
of
was-
the damage was crazy. Like the bill you were saying, it
Did
was
you
just,
see the report?
no, what was the report?
I have the whole riot report. Well, now I got to re-put it back up on my new website, but it's a report from the Justice Department. It shows like all the prisons that rioted, what was burned down to the ground, and they said that the instigator was Talladega, Alabama, and they charged me with leading it, which was the lieutenant.
That was
like
a crazy
this,
thing.
yeah.
Well, it was really like a racially inspired riot, because it was like black guys were going to jail for crack, for the most part, white guys are going to
Yep.
jail for coke.
And at methamphetamine and LSD, they changed all those three.
Oh, okay. So
It was three.
Yeah. So the
Yep.
black guys were understandably kind of pissed. So they
It's
rioted.
the same drug.
I know. And then that lieutenant was like, "Oh yeah, this guy instigated the riot." So you went from just like, prison to then having to go to Supermax prison based on really just a beef you had with the lieutenant, which is fucking crazy.
Crazy. Yeah. There's 22 or 23 black guys and me. And then after the riot, when they did the hearings, everybody in the prison got in wicked trouble. But no one got sent to Marion but just us 23.
And Marion, can you just explain what Marion is? Because I didn't know what it was before I read the book.
Supermax Federal Prison opened up in 63 after Alcatraz closed. There was a control unit. And then in 1983, Tommy Silverstein and Clayton Fontaine killed 2 prison guards in the control unit, which was the Supermax of Supermaxes. And then as a result of that, they made all of Marion the control unit, and they called it the Marion model. So that was the most secure, heinous 23-hour lockdown ever fucking conceived. And man, and then in 2006, they decommissioned it, and then the ADX opened. But in the 1990s was like 385 of the most sophisticated, predacious motherfuckers on planet Earth, man, and me. What the fuck,
And
dude?
it was
Long hair.
23-hour lockdown, 1 hour outside a day.
Yeah, and you had bars. So that's actually was a saving grace, because if you're laying in your cell, single cells, you're looking out, and you see the big, tall windows, where if you imagined it was like a door, like in the ADX. And some days they might give us 90 minutes.
Damn. And you were saying in the thing that really kind of like I thought was nuts in the other prison during the riots, you were like about to go to the yard to work out, and you were like,
It was weird.
let me go back to my room. And you were saying the yard itself was just like an apocalyptic battle of like dudes getting raped, people getting their heads smashed.
When I went to Marion, my neighbor told me a story of Dean, who went out on the yard, because he said that after the riots, they both got transferred to this other prison. Then T came to Marion, and then he didn't know that what you just said that I put in the book, but he told me what happened out on the yard. And he said Dean was almost dead. Like he was beat so bad, like his head caved in, like he was alive, but just like not doing really good, even after like months of like he was that fucked up. But then in the unit you walk in and it was just a jungle. but like we were all together. They
Yeah.
were breaking the machines. We were trying to break down the door to where all the records were, because all the official records were still
could've
like
destroyed 'em.
physical. These guys who had all the crack law guys wanted to burn them.
Understandable.
Because no, I only have a year.
Damn.
No, they would have said.
I know that.
you
I'm saying, I know
yeah.
that'd been crazy taking that down. And that book I taught, and in the book, "You Can't Win" by Jack Black, that like he's like a burglar or whatever in the early 1900s. He ends up finally in a jail in California. I think in was it Folsom? Maybe it was Folsom. I don't know where it was, but he either way there was an earthquake and all of the records for all the prisoners got destroyed in like a fire or something, and he ended up getting stuck because he couldn't get out. You couldn't go in or out because he was already there. So he couldn't prove like he did enough time, but he eventually did get out. But yeah, that's damn. If only those guys had grabbed the records, that'd have been so sweet.
When they toured us out of the, because I didn't see everything that happened. Once they locked us down, we were in that unit for 8, 9, 10, 12, 13 days before we left for Marion. But when they took us all out to go to Marion, the one building was burnt to the ground and another building was halfway burnt down. And then when we were in there, we could hear bulldozers and shit, but you didn't really know what's happened. But I'm like, where the whole housing unit was, it was gone. It's like, fuck. I mean, you could smell smoke, but you just didn't know how bad it was.
Yeah, you got to
And
see
then
the damage.
Before they took our radios, we would hear on like that one dude, I can't remember that guy who would always come on in the morning. It was national radio show, but he had started to say about all these other prisons that rioted.
Mm-hmm.
You
He said all the other
Yeah,
ones, and they kind of
yeah.
try to suppress that. Yeah, I remember reading
Yeah.
that, how they were trying to act like, nah, we're good. And then didn't other ones like say there was stuff just so that they could clamp down and get overtime and all
Exactly.
that?
That was in the report too.
Yeah.
There were some that did that. And the funny thing is, the ones that, here's the thing, what I talked about earlier, the medium security prisons were the ones where the most violence and buildings being burnt happened, because these guys that it's a consensual crime. I sell you something. I know it's illegal. All right, I did do the crime, do the time, but it's like I could have raped, I could have robbed you, I could have stolen so much more money and gotten less time. Like, it's not fair and
doesn't make
equal
sense.
justice.
That was always my thing. It's like the prison law should be according to who would you
getting
rather
hyped
have
up.
as your neighbor, right?
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
Would I rather have
Yep.
a guy who sold coke or a pedophile? It's like, all right, a pedophile should
Right.
do longer time than a guy who sells coke, because it's like that's who I'd rather live next to if I had to choose. Or if I didn't have a choice, it would be like, it should be, people should be sentenced accordingly.
Did you ever look at when you moved to a new neighborhood, the federal sex offender registry?
I check it
It's
all the time.
unbelievable map, and you could just hover. You see who they are, what their crime is, are
Dude.
they on probation?
And there's a
what
lot
a
of them.
tool!
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
And there's a lot of them, man. I did it when I
Yep.
lived in Philly, and I was shocked. There was a decent amount. I think they had them all in one house. They were all in like this one house, like 4 blocks away. And I don't know if they just like some landlord. struck
That
for a
might be
deal.
my next play. Free prison.
What do you mean?
Free, because the state, there's a demand. Where are you going to put them when they come out?
Right? Yeah.
And maybe like there's just, I don't know, like the greed makes me think about it. But like if you could find a place for them to live, you're going to have you'll be able to rent the unit out every time.
Oh, you're talking about like pedophiles specifically, or just
Yeah.
prison? Yeah.
No,
I mean,
pedophiles.
you should. Yeah. There's
What are we going to do with them? Where are we going to put them? And the thing is, I don't know if it's an addiction. I want to think it is. But like those guys should never come out ever.
Yeah, they should have to. You should, like you
Ever.
said, they should be. There's a documentary to watch where it's called Pervert Park. It's a really rough watch, but they have like a trailer park in Florida, and they're just like gated community. It's like they just all live in here, and people just fucking beer bottles over at them.
No, okay, so they're contained then. At least they know where they are.
But dude, not like so. I used to get housing for people when I went to school for social work. One of my jobs was to get housing for prisoners. So you get out of jail, I would do a little interview and be like, hey, I'd have to get like, what is the nature of your crime? But it was just like selling drugs and stuff. And then the lady who ran it didn't tell me she had opened up to pedophiles, because that was one of my. I would like break the ice, because I didn't like being like, hey, what'd you go to jail for? So I'd be like, hey, I have to ask you this. As long as you're not like a pedophile, whatever, don't worry. And they would always be like, motherfucker, I'm not a fucking pedophile. I'm like, And then one day the guy was like, well, I actually am. And I was like, what? And then they were like, yeah. And I talked to my boss. I'm like, what the fuck? And she was like, yeah, I decided to start taking pedophiles. So we got to find them housing too. And I was like, okay. But
what
like,
year?
This was only like, this would have been 2019, 2018, around then. my thing was like, I didn't want to, and I would call their probation officers because I would be like, isn't there laws? These guys can't be, I can't like throw this guy into Best Buy. Like there's kids around there.
No, there's the 1,000 feet or whatever
That's what
by
I
a
thought.
school and
Dude,
all that. I
but-
think there is.
That's what I thought it was, man. But this person, it was kind of like, leading the thing, as far as I remember, was kind of like, no, they're fine. They have rights. And I called the guy's probation officer. I'm like, this guy can't work here, Kenny. The probation officer was like, fuck no. And I was like, yeah, I didn't think so. So it was weird. I remember ending up telling the lady, I was like, I
Don't ask, don't tell. We got to get rid of them.
I was like, bro, I'm not sending this guy, into apartment buildings. I don't know. So it was I just told her, like, I don't,
The stigma seems less now for ex-drug dealers.
it does.
'Cause
Those guys,
pot's legal. I mean, if you went to jail for weed,
Yeah.
how could that even?
I got those guys' houses pretty easily because I would just cold call landlords and be like, hey, I got this great deal, 6 month upfront, paid rent. And they'd be like, well, what is it? What is it? And I'd be like, here's the catch. And then they would go, oh, come on, man. I'd be like, dude, they're not like fucking pedophiles. They just sold drugs. Like, come on. The 6 months is paid up
People
front.
pay their rent. Who cares?
And then, so they were cool about that. But once she tried to have me find like the pedophile, and I had to tell her, like, look, I'm not the guy to help these
Because
guys.
now they're gonna
Not
they'll
even,
never.
well, not even that. Yeah, then you're gonna fuck up all these other guys'
Right.
housing, and it's also like I remember the one dude would call me, the guy who was on my caseload who had that kind of stuff, and he would just be like, "Hey, I'm outside." In my head, like, I wouldn't even be there, and I'd be like, "I don't give a fuck." He's like, "It's raining," and I'd be like, "Tough." So I'm like, "There's got to be someone who can help that guy." So they do need help from somebody, but it was like, I can't do it, man. I couldn't do it.
Like you just build like a 600 unit spot, and they're all there. Where are they gonna go?
Dude, it's a weird thing to do, and they just kind of like hush and quietly tuck them in a neighborhood, like, hey, here's the guys here, and it's like, it's fucked up, man. It's really.
And then
fucked up.
when you do the real estate transaction, you got to say about the sex offender registry. Like you have to check that box because it's like if someone moved into your neighborhood and they were
tough.
that, it's gonna devalue everything.
Yep, it's that. Those guys have a hard time.
They
and-
never seem to be able to break free.
No, and
It's
meth,
not like you sold LSD, you went to prison, you never sold
Yeah.
it again.
exactly. Even if you did, whatever.
Well, I did
but-
flood Marion with it.
Did you
one
really?
Last time.
What? How'd you do that? So yeah, you were in the
So
super, you're in the
no, I
Supermax.
did. I set it up. I don't want to say his name.
Oh, I remember this because you were pissed when you got. Was that correct? When you
I don't
got
think
out?
I put it in the book, but maybe I put it in the book. I don't think it's 2015 I got out. No, that would have been after the statute of limitations. So I set it up. I said to my friend, I said, listen, I don't know if I'm going to do this, but if you get a letter that's like this from this place, this is where the LSD will be. So I drove. I was on federal. All this shit's past its 5 years statute of limitations. The only way that they can extend it is if they ask a court, and then they have to notify you.
It's just all entertainment anyway, dude.
So right, and so I got it. I got the liquid. I put it on the paper. I wrote this letter with gloves on, and with my left hand. The envelope, and I drove past Marion. Way down south through Illinois and then into that state that's right to the east, either Tennessee or Kentucky, and then just went to a mailbox with a stamp and just put it in. So then it had that thing, right? And then he acknowledged it in a with a future letter. He didn't say
Anything,
but and then I never wrote him back again.
That's
But
cool, guy.
I had to do it as one last act of defiance. I had to do it. And the thing is, they could have come to me and said he got caught with it. You sent it. There was no fucking trace. I didn't have a cell phone. It's not like they knew I drove there. I didn't get pulled over. There was there's no way.
And it just ran right through there. That must have been wild.
The
dude.
thing is, I did a line of coke one time in prison, and smoking weed, it was hard to get used to. When James first got me stoned, I was crying in my bunk because it's just the horror of what, dude.
That must have been terrible
And
getting that high in jail.
Twice there was acid and I didn't take it, but one time this guy gave me this line of coke, ether based, just wicked, just so high. But then coming down off that, dude, was not that you wanted more, but you're like, I'm in fucking prison.
Ugh.
Dude, that's a hard fucking reality. So
What was it
taking
like being
acid,
Yeah.
Herb got 4 or 5 hits. Each was 200 mics. And he asked me for a week, not to push me, but he said, because he's like, we're all going to take this, but there's one for you. And then he kept coming to the chow and saying, "Are you sure?" Because he's like, "I'll probably never get this again." Mm-hmm. And then I remember when they took it, they had a great time. But I just thought if I took that in jail, like 8 or 10 hours of tripping in prison, I don't know, man.
I couldn't do it.
I couldn't.
I have a friend who smoked K2 in jail, like the synthetic weed.
Yep.
And he said and this guy, this guy was doing.
Isn't it just like
heroin.
weed?
Yeah, but apparently it's like kind of harsh from what I've heard. It's like it can be like because it's just a chemical. So like weed, the plant can only get so strong, but K2, they're spraying these synthetic cannabinoids. It could be fucking.
Who knows?
Exactly. So he said, and this guy, he had done like
tripping
all the drugs you could possibly do, and he was like, dude, fuck that shit. He said he was in there. He kept hearing people coming, checking on, and it wasn't happening. It was him and the dude in there just in terror the whole time.
Did you like the way we made pipes?
Yeah. Yeah.
It worked perfectly. And the thing is that if you blow the smoke out with another tube of bounce, you see smoke, but you cannot smell it.
That was the old college.
Unbelievable.
That's the old college trick too.
You got to suck the whole hit down though, so there's no little smoke left.
That was the college trick. You would put the Febreze fabric softener sheet in a paper towel thing and blow it out.
Because pot smells so strong to people that don't smoke it.
Yeah, smoking weed in jail does seem like a lot of trouble. Seems like you'd have to be really kind of careful. I guess you could go outside.
Sparky took me out, and we just kept hitting this joint during the move right when I arrived. And when I got back, I swear to God, it was like I took 10 hits of acid.
Freaked out.
I was so fucking stoned. Like,
Eesh.
dude, and I'm like 151 months. I hadn't won an appeal. It was just this wickedness.
It really set in. That weed does that to you, where like the reality of stuff sets in.
Every day he took me twice a day, and after about a week, it was like, yeah, let's go. Fuck it, you got to do your time, right? And then they taught me how to beat the piss test. You drink. I read about that. You drink a gallon of water, and then the lieutenants give you 2 hours, and because they can't just grab you and say pee, they say you got 2 hours to report to the lieutenant's office. Mm-hmm. You got to drink a full gallon in 15 minutes. They taught me this. And then they said by the 6th or 7th piss, they said, you want to wait to 7 if you can wait till 8. It's just pure water.
Don't you get a dilute, though? I heard you the drug test now, they can hit you with, it was too diluted.
This was the 90s. Oh, and the thing is, whenever they would take they take it, you'd go back to the lieutenant's office, they would make it look like they're putting it in a mailer. But then they would always ask you, if you admit to us you did drugs, we'll only give you 30 days. I mean, I never would, but nothing ever came back dirty. That's Today, cool. The test might be different, the whole whatever. But if you didn't piss, you would get a dirty. Then it's 90 days in the hole and you'd probably get transferred.
Yeah, it sucks.
Which is the fucking worst.
And you also, if they, even if it was diluted, you'd have the time because it'd have to get mailed out, ran through a lab. And by then it's like, hey.
I don't know. Did they do that in the 90s, the dilution?
I've just heard about it. I don't know. I was so young. In the 90s, I was a wee boy. But I remember hearing about that move, like just slam a bunch of fucking water. But then the test would come back as like inconclusive because it was just too diluted. I
think that 8th piss, because you're talking now maybe at 45, 50 minute mark. If you slam that, it looks like water. It smells like water.
Yeah.
It's probably barely 98 degrees warm.
No, it makes sense back then that they would have been like.
But today, I think they probably could detect it.
Yeah, I had to do a drug test when I was working for my dad. He does demolition. We were like working in like on the hospital kind of, or was it a hospital? It was a school. So they everyone had to get drug tested. So I remember what we had to do. We had all day, and it wasn't like you had somebody watching you. So we just had I filled up a latex glove of pee from somebody I knew, and then you just keep a hand warmer on it, so it keeps it at like 98 degrees.
How did you know he was clean? You just hoped?
I just knew he was. I asked him. He didn't smoke weed or do anything. So I was like, let me get pee in this glove for me, or pee in a thing, and then I just dumped it in the glove.
And it worked?
Kept it on a hand warmer. But then I got there, and my friend needed some too, so we had to split it. And then I didn't realize there was a minimum amount, so we both gave like that much.
Did they take it?
Yeah.
That's
the
awesome.
nurse was cool. She was really, but they hit you with the temperature. That was a big thing. They temp check it
because then they see if it's cold. It's not 98.6.
Exactly. So the hand warmers, I had to ask for hand warmers in like July. I was like, "You guys have hand warmers back here?" And they're like, "Yeah, but why?" I was like, "I don't know, man. I just need them. I'm going somewhere." So, but yeah, that's pretty crazy. So then that story too about getting.
What about the duffel bag?
What about it?
What do you think happened to it?
What, the duffel bag you got taken from you? Didn't you get it? Did you get it back?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the end of the book, man. You got that was it. All came together. That guy.
What the fuck? So that motherfucker.
He probably felt fucking bad.
That lieutenant sent it to me, after I got home from Marion, which means he held it the whole time I was in Marion.
What the hell was it? What was that about? Why did he give it back to you?
It was a fuck you.
You think that was his fuck you to you?
100%.
What? You don't think that was? I took that as the guy who was like had a nice moment where he was just like, yeah, let me give this guy his bag back.
No way.
Why did he do that? Just to be a
I
dickhead?
think so. I burned it in a 55-gallon drum
You
that
burned-
day. I had a ceremony to let it all go.
That's cool. That makes sense.
I did. And maybe it was. I never thought that. I mean, I wasn't in a bad. It just struck me like this motherfucker sent it back now.
It is weird. Also, is it normal to keep, like, how would he even get an alert that you were out?
He was following it. He had to be.
Yeah, that's
like
kind of weird.
Yeah. So like, but it represented so much.
Yeah.
I had to, like the Phoenix, like just let this
Burn
go.
this
And I
thing
had a
up.
ceremony.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
No one was there. And I just like, this is going.
This thing's out of here. That makes sense. Just
I don't regret it, but it would have been kind of cool to say, hey, here's the green duffel bag. But
No, man.
I had to let it go. I had to just get rid of it. It symbolized so much.
Yeah, and just to move
Was
on.
that bad psychologically? What do you think?
No, I think that's, if you feel good doing that, get rid of it. Just to,
Yeah.
that way you're out. That's like a chapter that's totally done with.
Yeah.
And there's something kind of cool and ceremonial about being like, all right, I'm done with this part
I
of my
can let
life.
go.
Especially if you think the guy was fucking with you. I'd be like, fuck you, dude.
Well,
Burn that
I
thing
don't
too.
know that. It shocked me, though,
Yeah, I'd be
that
freaked
this
out,
came.
dude.
It was shocking.
Yeah, that would have freaked me out. Like, first of all, I was like, dude, you're keeping
Staying,
tabs on me.
staying with my brother, which the probation officer would have known, but like all my other stuff I had.
Yeah.
Like, because when I left Marion, there's that stuff that got sent. Like, this is maybe weeks or months later. It just was weird.
It is weird. And then the one thing I did want to ask you about, because this is in the book as well, you got out and you started a pretty successful real estate.
Dude, I was
Venture.
so
Killing it.
focused. I got to come back. No, I was like by accident. The house,
Yeah.
there was a bust. They showed coke. I was going to my job. There's an arcane law that was like you can make an unsolicited bid with the Marshal Service if they seize assets. And I knew all this from jail.
Yeah. 'cause
And
you
so then I
studied up.
actually dated the Marshal.
It helps.
A little. She probably would deny it. But so I bought that house.
Yeah. Yeah.
I bought that house probably 18 months later for like $25,000. And then I just like felt like changing the design. My mom would always take me to these Frank Lloyd Wright homes.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just started doing it. And then some people helped me in the neighborhood. They saw sympathetic to the architecture, but I needed help like with the design and just people and contractors. And then that just started the evolution. And I was hyper focused, monster, just like going after it, like not worried about a Rolex, but just loving what I do. And I was good at it. The best that I've ever been at anything probably in the world of commerce and making money that's legit, paying taxes. I mean, 2005, I paid $175,000 in federal tax. I mean, where the fuck did that money go, man? A fucking tank tread? Like, goddamn. But
Yeah,
so that
yeah,
just
true.
focused me, and I just would buy buildings, restore them, or buy apartment buildings, restore them, rent them, and sell them.
That's cool. Yeah. And you got into like just kind of, I remember in the book
I did
you saying-
addresses and everything. And then my lake house, this massive lake estate, S109W35190 Jacks Bay Road, Eagle, Wisconsin, 53149. Dude,
Nice.
fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, you had
that
but-
spot was unbelievable.
And you got hit with a subprime mortgage crisis.
Ah,
Yeah, man.
I was told.
That's wild, dude.
I was told not to. Yeah.
that, yeah.
I mean, I don't blame them. I wanted to get to 3 million and then get 3 million in T-bills and then still do what I do. But that was my goal. And I had 9 years at $1,010,000. I bought that lake estate and 2 other houses, 6429 North Santa Monica and 1525 North Marshall. And then just, it went, man. And I paid all the mortgages till I had like 11,000 left. And then a bankruptcy lawyer came to me and said, if you file bankruptcy, you could stay in that lake house for another 18 months. And I said, dude, I'm giving the keys back. Like, it's done. I'm not just
I'm
going to
not
stay
doing it.
here. And I flew
Yeah.
to Hawaii and I started to caretake a farm. But that took me 10 years mentally. Like now, like you being on here, like that focus and drive, like it's there. I have it, but I still do it today. And I have a little, not where I was, but I'm not driven like I was and I want to be.
Right.
I want to be.
But you're still doing the properties.
Yes.
That's cool. Rehabbing and fixing up.
Yep.
Yeah, that was.
I guess I'm an artist and buildings are my medium.
That's
I'm not
kinda
a
cool.
contractor because I can't do it for someone else because then it's their vision and I can't just
Right.
do what I do with the people, you know?
That's true.
So that's what I know. Like I can't, like I'm not a painter.
For sure.
That's kind of like what the hand I was dealt.
Yeah. No, that's pretty
And
cool.
I love working out. I
It's
like
a
working
physical,
out.
It's a nice physical job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the plan now? What are you up to now, and what's your plan to do?
Well, you've
what are you
you've
gonna do?
inspired me. I'm going to do an Audible on the book. I'm going to do a second edition. I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep the name. And then the whole social media thing is like all new to me. But like you can get paid for views.
Yeah.
Like you can go on a show and drink liquid death and show it, and like you're gonna get 10 fucking grand. Like I see it. I understand marketing. Like holy fuck, man.
You want that liquid death money?
Fuck yeah, man. Why not? Like it's cool. The fame part is weird to me, but I guess like that's part of it, Like
So what, are you gonna start a podcast or something?
I don't think I could compete.
Right. But you just want to do the real estate.
I'd love to sell the book, the movie rights. I had started
That's-
a cream play. That would be really cool.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
with the book, it was funny because you did what, 5,000 copies?
Yes,
Sold them, and now the only books are on Amazon. And I was like,
People, I'm not
like
selling them for $200.
Dude,
Those are other people.
we looked up his book. Me and Nate were there. Nate Marshall were looking
You
up his
thought
book.
it was me.
And I was like, damn, this guy's selling his books for fucking $200.
No.
And they're secondhand sellers that
because
you
they
sold
see
all your ones. Yeah.
from the soft white underbelly. It's
Yeah.
like within a couple of months, I'm like, Mark, what the fuck? People are selling my book for $250. He's like, yeah, that's part of the deal.
You got to print more, dude.
I could print more or do a second edition because what I want to do is a chapter every other a letter every other chapter, and then add Marion. I took a bunch of stuff out about Marion.
Yeah, the book was. I'm telling you, the book was great. I couldn't stop reading it. So.
But they do a feature film on a guy who invented the delay on a windshield wiper, $80 million. Like they'll do it on anything. But the story, not my story. I mean, my story's there, but just the story of the history of Marion.